Yo, yo, yo. Welcome everyone. It is the Sunday, the 10th of August. We've had Tetra for a couple of days now. It's a new block of scrims, of course, so we're going to be able to see, how people are continuing to adjust to, her skill curve. We've seen, for example, a variety of players, but the one that sticks out the most would be Cookies, of course. Claiming that land, saving Tom. Was it game 5 or 6? He was going crazy mode. Um, Maybe we'll see some new tech evolve later on. We're also seeing Toomey back as well, and Ezib, so that's going to be really interesting. As I'm just looking at this, everyone joining from into this lobby. We're seeing a new name as well. Xenitrax, potentially a French player, I'm assuming for L3M. Anyone else that's of interest? Furo's subbing for QTS as well. I may as well actually flick over to to the the thingy. And obviously, I'm being joined by my magical, so yeah, let's get him in as well. Yo yo yo.
Yo, yo, yo. There we go. I was
Wicked
just
stuff.
setting up the multi-stream again.
Perfect.
So, getting all that rocking and rolling. Perfect. It looks like I got it all good. And it looks like no UA today. Instead, TSM are playing.
Yep.
So, perfect.
Should be.
Alrighty. But how's your day going so far, Samiri? Having a good day?
Yeah, it was decent. Because of my work trip, I had to do all the house chores. It's all been delayed until now. It's all been piled up. So I just went through all that. I'm on my second coffee, like not too long ago, trying to stay energized for the cast, of course.
I understand.
Yeah,
so
but it's not been that. It's not been it's not doing its usual effect. I'm still feeling a bit like,
no.
oh, like a little bit.
Oh no.
But I think once
The
you get past at
tragedy.
least the first game, it normally wears off, and then
Yeah.
you get into like the normal energy state, sort of thing.
I completely understand. Oh, let me get the whatchamacallit set up.
Oh, the chat thingy.
The multi-stream. That way we have. I mean, it's kind of nice with the. I not multi-stream. The stream together. That's it. I already got.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
But the stream together is nice because it makes it so that we also combine our viewership numbers.
Yeah.
So it's like always good. Oh, I forgot.
100%. Thank you. Wicked.
Let's join.
Hopefully it worked. I didn't get the pop-up thingy though.
Yeah, that's like I was about to say. It didn't quite work at like how it normally does. So let me see if I can end it and try it again.
I'll try it again. See if it works this time.
Yeah. But did you get it this time?
Let's try again. Except, yeah, it came with the pop-up this time.
There we go. Yeah, I it didn't give me the normal messaging on that last one, so I'm like, okay, something went wrong. So let's try that again.
Exactly. So it's just as you mentioned, Evie and EWAR, 2 people left, and then we're good to go.
Perfect. I have no idea how multi-stream is going to work with the stream together, so let's see.
It should be fine, shouldn't it? Because YouTube is like completely
right. That's. I'm gonna try something. Test. I'm just gonna test in yours. Let's see how it pops up on there. It does work. Perfect. Okay, cool.
Okay, wicked.
Yeah. Oh wow. It's gonna be a wild one there, because I trying to build up things. Like I said, I'm surprised with how much the YouTube has been popping off lately.
Oh, wicked.
Like, it has been wild. I told you 3,000 recently. I'm about to pass 3,200. Like, that's just after a couple days too. It keeps going off, and I'm like, okay, well, we'll take it.
I mean, that's all you could hope for, man. It's like the best outcome.
Right. Exactly. All right, bullet train. Twisters.
That'd have been wicked.
The hunt sets us free.
Oncom?
Yep, I think he's just maybe spectating for this one. I'm guessing. I don't know.
Another mission.
Oh.
Good.
Okay, the only thing the multi-stream doesn't show me is which chat is someone from. So, Max is over in yours, but honestly, it doesn't matter because it's like we're still talking to them all the same.
Yeah, at least in my chat, I can see like the profile icon.
normally I can if I switch over just the Twitch, but the
Oh,
multi.
because it's like encapsulating all kind of different chats, like
Right.
well,
That's
potentially
why.
three. Yeah, that's probably why it goes weird.
Exactly. Did
Like
you
it kind of.
post the self promos, by the way?
Sorry, say again, dude.
Did you do your normal self
Oh
promos?
no, I need to do that. Thanks for reminding me. I do have it ready.
Yeah, there you go. Because I know you usually like to do that, so I'm gonna let you take the realm on that.
Appreciate you. Boom, there we go.
We will get ready for game 1. Playing Bebo to prove magical. You need tier 2 items. All right, Cask. If you pop off in this game, I'm just gonna say this now, that you owe Samir here a sub. That's gonna be my call out right there. Not me. You owe Samiri a sub. That's gonna be the. I believe in you.
I mean, only time's going to tell as this game unfolds. Game number 1, of course, as you mentioned not too long ago, is Twisters. As the map loads in, we're looking at a kind of a drop pattern, you know, with Imhotep having the armors, of course. So maybe you're going to see people dropping on the left. We'll see what's going to unfold.
And also very weird. So the circle itself is on the eastern side, yet the drop is going right down the center, even a little bit over towards the east. So,
yeah.
Well, we probably will end up being more over towards Molten Fortress and stuff like that. We have some early drops ready to go, like right here. We see the Shines in Mage Buff getting some of the gold early on, and they're gonna hit level 6. They're gonna be fine and dandy out all alone. Nobody dropped Imhotep. What?
Surprisingly not. There's maybe like a potential train rotation because you know, for example, 3LP might do it potentially. I'm not too sure.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Okay, I see QTS now. I was wondering. I'm like, where are the Sky Sharks? Are you gonna hop on those? Get going?
Yeah, exactly.
They do exactly that. Right as I was like questioning it, I'm like, why is nobody immediately booking it there? They just got level 3 and then they head over there. Other teams, SOS. What's SOS stand for me?
Slap or slam, I think it is.
Oh, slap or slam. That's right. Yeah. I do know that team. So yeah, slap or slam. Gonna head over there. We see down south. TCB with Ezeb. I haven't seen Ezeb, Minato, Toomey in hot minutes. So seeing a lot of these players that I know from long ago back in the game, but Ezeb not on Bebo.
Yeah. I remember he made a decent name for himself when he was on the Bebo. When Bebo was released, pretty much, right? He was playing that quite a lot.
Yeah, playing it a ton and doing a great job. I know Cask is going to be our only Bebo here today, so we'll see how that's going to go for them. But looking at everyone else and where they're fanning out, nothing too surprising at the moment. Though, Ezeb, talking about him, does unfortunately lose their life. The Wisp gonna run out while 3 Little Pigs absolutely decimate TCB. Minato barely avoiding the Abyssal Grab as he was able to get onto that Sky Shark, and now it is going to be the hunt in pursuit. Hoodis right behind him, Shroom nearby as well. Minato has done a good job so far trying to stay away, but how long do you run and how far do you chase if you're 3LP?
It's going to be a tough one for him to evade. We know that 3LP are typically going to chase to the end of the earth. They have the level advantage as well. Almas are, you know, potentially favouring Minato at the moment, considering Hoodis is kind of low on the greens. At the same time, we're looking at Luca finding Hachi and Sproking finding Blink, so relatively even exchange. So a quick flick over there while the car chase continues. You know, we'll flick back when we get a moment. Oh, is he going to get a grapple?
Wait for it. A nice rock blast. Sending out that. Actually, Lil Meat playing Tetra this time. Behind him. There's Chrono in position to maybe join in. Missouri gets chased out of the outpost by L3M and then hopping on the Sky Shark, so not even going to stay nearby. We do see Minato all the way over here, but having been chased so far by 3 Little Pigs, Minato might be able to get onto the tracks, but with double explosions from the Sky Sharks, Minato with overheat already there and with no health really left, needs to get this kill on a Shroom to get the resets. Minato pulling off a miracle despite the chase to the ends of the earth from 3LP.
My god, I couldn't believe the outcome was like that. They chased them literally across like 5 or 6 biomes, and then one actually ends up dying. On the top left as well, we are seeing the armor pickups as we saw before, actually in the hands of QTS now. Crouch with their blue armor as well. EV starting to kind of group up now, potentially after getting their relic buys in. And both teams are, looking pretty stacked. We're seeing Choipu with the air blaster as well, which could add a bit of spice to this interaction that they might have.
Yeah, QTS are really strong right now. They got all the relics, all the golds, everything going their way. And looking at Slap or Slam, not really being in that same boat. Rat trying to chase a nice grabby squid, was trying to lock down the target. Spider Brawl barely back onto the boat and away from Rat, but still going to be difficult for them to get out of here as we go back to the crispy baguette. The nice respawn at the heart. Minato saved the team once, but now not looking so good. Even with the percussive blast, it's going to be a Dragon Slam onto his position. The chase from Aurora to take down the savior of TCB.
We're also seeing a Soul Stealer on Vein Grove and a potential now final full fat interaction it looks like between QTS and EV. It looks like Levi's already down. The Vortex Tron narrowly misses. Oh, gets one dunk as well.
Nice
Just Ice last alive now. Ooh.
Enemy Oracle
Master
online.
Ice-T sent over the Abyss, being the lone one alive. Gonna be difficult for them to get back into this game. A lot of our teams are struggling, as it's kind of expected, but
Abyssal hatchlings
right now,
have
the
spawned.
Musketeers, they're in a pretty decent position as they're already looking for the Beast, trying to get themselves even stronger. While we look at the Shies, not really needing to be Kobayashis, but just trying to see if they can find any stragglers that are looking for a respawn, even during night.
Oh, this looks like it's going to be a catch out. The wall might provide a little bit of extra safety measure, but Hudis is, trying to escape now through the left side. Maybe successfully made it out, but we are looking at, two relicless members of 3LP, which is going to, make their fights a little bit harder. We also see a Rat moving down as well, maybe grabbing some armors, ideally. Looks like they've done that successfully.
I just realized this is a Rat without comp kicks, too, so
Yep,
not having him on the team. And nice grab there from the grabby squid, but still not enough to actually chop down Mr. Fluffy Fish 6 Monkey Strike. Trying to lose and get the Dragon Slam. The damage back onto Rat as Cookie had to try to grapple out of there, but with Tetra down, Adam marks the next target. Try to use the Flame Shield, but Fuselon make sure that Rat are now down to only one. While we go up into the north and Shy in an awkward spot, grabbing the Sky Shark. Yes, sir. We'll get out from the sandwich position.
Oh, it looks like a lot of teams dispersed after that. Well, I'm not really sure who took the Soul Stealer as well amidst the chaos, because there's so many, fights going on at once on the bottom left. The nuke was also not even taken by anyone as well. And Mekimek is probably... Oh, no, Mekimek... Oh, it was Adamok who did get the Soul Stealer, and Avin Rez has now lost it as well, of course. As we see his, his kind of bar update. We're looking at EV and TSM fighting over the gold mob as well. Looks like EV have taken it. And Car's also blown up at the same time.
See, another Dragon Slam. Blink. Missing that one onto Crouch. EV pushing him back, but guess what? Here comes the Sun doo-doo-doo as they are looking to intervene, but on their perch and above the wall. Now Sun have to deal with the fight against EV. They don't want any of that smoke. Not anymore. Gonna put a rock blast, build a wall, maybe even allow TSM now to flank the team that had just been flanking them, looking for Levi with the Dragon Slam, sending out some of the magma boulders, but not connecting that onto anybody. The three teams that stare down finally coming to an end.
Yep, we're looking at Corrosion and Combustion, all both in Mage Bog, relatively centrally located on that new circle. On the left-hand side, also some Chaos brewing between L3M and AWA. Fluffy now in dire straits, it looks like. He's got an Air Blaster potentially for a bit of defensive measure, but actually overall they won it. Surprisingly, they jumped ship at the end.
They got Ashikata, so the Musketeers are actually the team that are reeling, grabbing a Sky Shark and off into new horizons, hoping that they can get that revive down in the heart that still remains in the circle, but only for so much longer.
Yep, and let's have a look elsewhere. Oh, there's a lot of teams converging on the right side. Just left of Palos, we're looking at Minato. Oh, also without any relics, and same with Toomey, no relics either.
Wow.
2 members of Rat taking down 2 members of EV as well. Amidst the chaos, a quick flick over. See where who's left. Just Ice again.
Wow, poor Ice. Feels like Ice is always the one that is left alone. Being that Celeste player, the savior for the team. We look over at the Three Little Pigs and Aurora. Fusillade from Greninja, not getting the damage. Well, they built up the Tetra form. They have to jump over it, but they've got them locked in this position. Tello getting the damage, but look at Greninja split away and was able to blink back to the rest of the team. Well, Aiden might be able to find the flank as they already got the Dragon Slam from Tello to take down Hudis. Leaving 3LP going in 2 opposite directions, not wanting to stick around anymore, but more fights. You're looking at what is brewing here in Mage Bog, as it is going to be SOS looking for one of the souls, but the Shies, they aren't going to get the other one. They actually were too focused on the fight against QTS.
Yep, they're playing quite methodical, it seems like. Obviously, because it's always the case when it's in the center of the map as well. On the train, it looks like some chaos. Yeah, also unfurling, it looks like Mekimek's found Shroom. So a quick flick over and see how they're doing. Cookies, in Burner States, found Aiden still continuing the chase. And then the circles continue to close in. Gets the hook. Can he get the dunk though? Follow up. Oh, the E-plat's there.
Nice E-plat from Rat. Denies the double dunk from Aiden, who's now out in the storm without a coat, without an umbrella here. Is raining on their parade. Maybe you can get the miracle res here at the heart before you lose too much health. Maybe even get a pull, but not getting that one to land. Needs enough time. It's going to be the flight of the Firefox and death for the three little pigs.
And they are out last place, surprisingly. You know, as I mentioned before yesterday, now that E-Plat is in shop, you know, a lot of people are adapting to it. I think Cookie's adapted really, really fast. There were any crouches died in this interaction between EV and TSM. The water's dropped down as well. Meep is now, you know, trying to juggle his health as much as possible, and we also see Rat, you know, kind of trying to get back into the circle after killing Aiden not too long ago. You are, you know, forcing them out, as well as L3M potentially. It looks like they found themselves a little bit of a, you know, sneaky way passage down the south side, avoiding the eyes of the majority of the rest of the teams. Hopefully Cookie can make it out this one, but Ashikatis maybe, you know, looking to prevent this one. Meki there. Okay, it looks like they're going to be okay in this scenario.
It should be fine for now, seeing how they're trying to escape from it all. But it is getting really rough for a lot of our teams. They are losing players, kind of gaining them back up right here. We see the crispy baguettes getting chased over the abyss, losing ease up. It's only Toomey now left alive for them, with 11 squads still alive. That is a lot to play with, and a lot of teams still able to fight over Magebog that is continuing to stay right in our circle.
Yep. Oh, and we're looking at, who's it? Fluffy in this scenario. He's trying to fight in the zone, trying to evade all the rest of the teams, but he's now found QTS on the other side, and he's now toast. It's just Greninja left now. And where is he positioned? He's, you know, on the south side, maybe looking for, I don't know. Everything's looking quite, yeah, train res potentially, but I think Toomey's also doing the same thing here, you know, trying to go to the north side of that. And then the top side of the circle, we're looking at, oh, two fights brewing actually. It looks like SOS have found one kill against Sun. Neox now trying to avoid, you know, trying to escape.
Losing, I think Moo there. Well, Neox is separated from Fuzu, then down in the Magebog. Finally, the Shines and QTS doing battle. Blast off set, launching him back into the team. Vertiza is gone, and now only one for QTS. They looked so strong beforehand, but they went into an unbreakable force that has been dominating the Magebog this entire game.
Yeah, it looks like you know, Greninja's been slowly pathing towards that res on the bottom right hand side, but we are looking at MST, you know, and potentially just camping the scanner. So it's going to be really hard for him to get that res off. You know, if he does find a window, maybe that's going to be a, you know, maybe a 1 in 1,000 potentially. As Choipy is on the car as well, circling around. He's just been temporarily knocked off. Gets back, hops on. Sun are outed as well. 11th place actually as well.
Yeah, I saw that one. Losing their last member, Fuzu's gone. Now Choipy tried to send out the Sky Shark. Maybe he looked to blast Greninja off of it, but this is a precarious position. There are a lot of these barrels that are built up. Gonna do some damage. Choipy over the abyss though, but there goes a team. Well, Greninja now, having been found out, to be chased away by Ashikata. But Ashikata does not want to give this up. He needs more points. Another Fusillade has been popped as they are looking to hunt them over the abyss. Greninja getting back to land, but with no health, and a snipe from Kuba will take him down. While Rat have now intervened. Miss 200, have to deal with them. They crash into the wall. They've got some damage. They've blown up Cookies. They've already sent Meki out of there. Adamark now trying to get away. He has been able to survive with an anomaly to help him out, so they both go north. There isn't going to be too many good options, while the other fight, EV and SOS, going to be interrupted by the Shines, but the Shines deciding not to intervene just yet, letting some kills go first through. There's going to be Mr. Ice-T with SOS, grabbing a Sky Shark and looking to see if he can find that straggler of EV.
Yep, we've also seen a crown pick up 1 minute 5 roughly for L3M, trying to get back Chronoxius, and on the right side, you know, Kuba's in possession of Soulster, it seems now, and EV are actually outed by Spider Brawl. They are out 7th place in this scenario. They're gonna, you know, get the loot from that box, acquire even more power, and Rat are sticking that rest finally to get Cookies back in the game too. Double Isocrons and a Squid for those guys, as well as a Festering. So that should be pretty nice. Cookies, I think, has lost an item as well. He's only 1 item now, only Grabby. So hopefully he can, you know, maybe kill a team or something along those lines, get a box.
Looking around, seeing what people have. Rat also waiting out the sickness a bit, so that way they can move a bit more confidently getting into the Magebog. And looking at Magebog, where a lot of teams are set up, one of them being the Shies, they have pretty much locked down that position since the very beginning of the game. And they have not really left the bog one bit. While other teams tried to fight for control, QTS being one of them, QTS ended up losing in that battle, and now they are out with our 6 remaining squads, kind of seeing how they are starting to build themselves up. TSM slowly pushing in from the south, but same with Miss 200.
Yep, and we are seeing a zone pull to the north side as well, and there's going to be potentially a lot of dancing and interactions here as these teams kind of close in on each other. Fuseballs already been popped, but didn't acquire basically any value at all, just a bit of zoning, and maybe another team, sorry, maybe able to capitalize on that. You know, knowing that the cooldown's down, we're looking at E-Plots being used in abundance as well by SOS and Rat on the north side as well, in the Abyss.
Realizing there's not much land, and it's a very watery trajectory. Tetraform gaining land for both sides, but the pull that was able to drag SOS in. Mana, that gets spiked, taken down. So SOS have to reel back to the base camp with 1 player less. Well, the Musketeers launch a nuke. They're forcing a fight against Rat. They've got the Grabby Squid looking for the Volcanic Crusher, but not going to be able to land that just yet. Well, Mech still a whiff. The punch back out of Mark, helping out Cookies, waiting. It's going to be Volcanic Crusher for Volcanic Crusher. The blast back, but out of nowhere, Cash comes in with a double crash. One of them eliminating Rat.
Yep, and then we are seeing a crown pick up right there last second from Ashikata. Spider Ball, you know, potentially looking to dunk on him, which he does start, you know, sending in this flow of LMBs towards his way. Has the face steel chain. E-Plat is what he used. Oh, but he is unfortunately dead. 5th place out for him.
He might be able to get that one, but not quite. So SOS, they have gotten taken low mana. They've just gotten respawned and taken out yet again. That bit of Tetraform that was put down with the wall. That's a chain from Brawl. We see that Shy are coming in from the south and looking for Theo, chasing him off the ledge and get him jump all the way around.
An
But
enemy
our 4 teams
oracle is
remaining, a
scanning.
couple crowns here and there. DSM should be relatively safe, though. I don't think that they're in that bad of a position just yet.
Yeah, especially with the Sky Shark as well. They've got an extra bit of insurance in respect to how they want to, you know, move around. You're seeing the kind of the kind of fuel economy tech by, you know, if you have a driver on it and you also are in the passenger seat and then the driver moves off, the car does not consume fuel, so it adds an extra bit of a, you know, safety for the Sky Shark, especially in the late game, which is really nice to see.
The calm before the storm, that happens all the time. Especially here where we were in Mage Bog, lots of land to play with. We've been slowly migrating up north.
Storm's on the
Jetstream, a
move.
couple
Stay
islands
inside,
here and
inside.
there. This boat, not much. Crown for Spider Brawl. I was waiting for that pickup. Was able to get towards the shop, had enough gold to grab that. So now 2 crowns actively at play, but one of them, there it is. Ready to pop at a moment's notice, so back to fullest TSM.
Yep, Shire, you know, double, was it Yasser in this case, double red perked up. Actually getting some steals in with the vision nades at the last second. Oh, and a dash in, he's already daggered back.
Looking
Hook
for
with
the
no
pull,
connection,
fishing,
yeah.
Brocane. Had he landed that, might have been nice, but it's going to be Dragon Slam. Doing only a little bit of damage here. Out of Blink, not quite strong enough to actually burst down any of these members on the Shines who have all that gold armor. They're feeling very pretty in their territory. This is their kingdom. And any team that tries to take away that land is going to be pushed right back off. You can already see with the Penguins sent out to give a little bit of land. TSM E-Plat 2 slowly pushing up towards the boat with the Sky Shark blown up in the north. Mist have gotten off of the boat and onto the island. Still a risky spot. That's why they put down the base camp. I gotta read the movement of the map afterwards.
Yep. Oh, and look at that zone pull to the right side. Nukes are coming out in full force by the majority of teams, and Sprokane narrowly misses that hook against Meep. And TSM are potentially being pressured by Shy quite hard, you know, to fight for that circle. And now Mana's back in the game for SOS, and they are going to, make their way over to that mini island.
Still.
Yep.
Like, look at that. They had to get back to that island. They don't have control of any base camp. Plan was attempted by Blink, sending out the Tetraform to give up a bridge over to this other island, but that just meant that Mist, they too go over to the island that SOS once were in, but it's TSM, the team that's truly going to be punished. They are now in the middle of 3. Terrible location to be in, with the circle pushing towards SOS and having the Shines right at your back. They're waiting it out. They've got the E-Plats already bought up. They're sending more nukes, so that boat that always seems so safe for TSM, never going to be the case. Luca's going to be the target with a Tetraform that was put down to help out the rest of TSM, but then the pull, drag him right past the wall that you built up. 6 Monkey Strike while SOS look to slam on the fight. Double slam on the Dragon Slam, but not enough damage with Little Meep getting attention, but Tetra landslides out of there. Rock blast back, another nuke launched at them. TSM have been separated this whole time. Blink tries to go for Dragon Slam as well, but pulled right back over to SOS, slammed on the ice, taken down while the Shy try to see if they can intervene. TSM will be down to 2. Miss 200 have been waiting patiently this whole time. They're letting them pick up the scraps. They're now trying to see if they can get the pickup on to Tetra. Little Meep had the chains connected, but nobody wanted to follow that one up just yet. Instead, it's going to be the Shy. Now Miss, look to strike. Glaskinator has gotten onto the boat, got a little bit of attention, but with Little Meep being so low, Luca had to put down the E-plat. They're so low. Who wants to take them? Little Meep gone. Luca next. TSM are out of there, needing only 3 will remain.
And I really love Shy's in and out like kind of motion that they always consistently do. They just apply just enough pressure to kind of sandwich a team in, and then, you know, once they're sandwiched, they're in a really awkward position because of either nukes or hook pressure or maybe Yasa or Hachi, and they're just capitalizing it every time really cleanly with like minimum risk.
Grabby, slammy, nuke sent out D, and they are looking to get them off that position. It's forcing them over to SOS, who were able to get Theo back up, but at the same time, they lose mana. Crown right behind them. Missed. This has been the patient team, the one waiting for everyone, knowing that they cannot be the first to strike. Let the others beat each other up and then become the winners. They now have to be cautious because they are still left. They send out the Tonk and it goes wide of Hachi. So instead, they have to focus on a Spider, Brawl, and Theo. Having a Crown, a Brawl with a Crown, and a Kingpin behind them, that is a dangerous combo. Grabbing Squid onto the respawn beacon. Gonna pull back in Theo. Slug wave, but up in the air. Flying away. Theo will survive and Miss. Still chasing, yes sir. Looking for any bits of damage on him with a slam coming in from Spider Brawl, but not actually picking up the kill. He needs it. 45 seconds. Slicing through, but with 3 players of the Shy, and then Miss 200 onto his position. It's another jump pad up in the air. Spider Brawl has to be so cautious now that Theo has no life and taking down another Tonk. Crash might be able to take up the kill on Yasir, but he's healing back up. Spider Brawl notices the weakness in Shy. Can he take down Yasir? His hole sending it for him. Has the chains connected and brought back up SOS. Slam or slap there. Now back in the game. Well, Miss 200 are still on the other side. The Shy now being down a player, looking for the respawn beacon. They know the storm is going to be quickly pushing onto their position. They've got Yasir back in, but we are back right to where we began this all. The pull to drag him back in. A slam. Mana is out yet again. The push back onto SOS into the storm, but the Shy overcommitting. Brocane took way too much damage. Theo can punish. Missing the pull, but Brocane, he sure as hell doesn't. Tries to mantle over, but he's taken down by Cass. Baseball bat to the face. Bevo in the middle of the fight. Another Crown being warded by Spider Brawl. While Hachi tries to push him into the storm, but he's got no crown. He's crownless. And no more is Ash in his. They've got 2 teams left, the Shy and SOS. Crown or Spider Brawl once more, and it's a 1v3 scenario.
I mean, we've seen him pull it off before, you know. All he needs is a dunk, and if someone doesn't have an E-plat, that could seal the deal. Face Steel Trade to kind of bait the movement potentially. Maybe he's trying to utilize that double twister. Let's not forget, so he's going to get extra height. That's the reason why all these players are getting that extra height. You can kind of see that double overlap on that tornado. Trying to play in the mountain as long as possible, trying to get some high ground. Dancing around Kuba and Kask. Kask is waiting in the background, just, you know, on that other island, you know, making sure that all angles are covered. E-plat is now finally dropped. Spider Brawl's now looking to, you know, okay, shifts down to the south side. Super low HP, no armors, anti-healed as well. Everything's on him.
30 seconds. Looking for the dunk, but the pull in from the grabby Zeep. And guess what, Kask? Guess what you owe?
I'm waiting. Good stuff though, either way.
I like that, Kask. Like, okay, I guess Bebo is OP. Yep. I was telling you. GG's, missed 200, game 1 victory.
Yeah, when we saw Yasa like slowly getting whittled down, it was like really like painful for Shy to kind of recover. You know, once a crown's picked up and someone's on low HP, especially a Brawl, it's really hard to escape the fury of those you know, the sword swings. So
exactly, like that's kind of the moment you're like, ooh, you're not really getting out of this one.
Exactly,
They're just gonna continually hunt that over and over again. And yeah, that's exactly what ended up happening. It's just
alrighty, it's gonna be
hard to get away from those kind of moments.
Exactly. Just changing it, making sure everything's good. Actually, all stable. Good. Everyone's here. Oh, missing one actually. Who is it in this case? It's Meki. Okay. So we go. And boom, we're off to game 2.
Alright.
Select your hunter.
So,
Another mission. Good.
really quick, so we're getting a little laggy.
You
in
are
that
the
last
drop
one.
leader.
Sure, I can look to changing. Oh, did you change the servers by the way for the?
That's why I'm gonna make sure the servers are
okay, no
accurate.
worries.
So that's legitimately what I was just thinking. I'm like, let me make sure I'm on the right server. Because that could be causing some issues. Central try. I'm just testing out different servers at the moment too, seeing which ones are better.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, at least for our needs. It's like, okay, looks good here. Hopefully it'll be good. Yeah, what a game 1. Love that one. I haven't. Has Cass given that sub?
Not yet.
Is it?
And I'm assuming there's going to be interest as well. So as the days go along, it's going to be 2 subs and then 3. You know, so I'm just going to wait.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, Cask. I'm just saying. It's Odin. What's up, BB Blukes? How you doing? Welcome in.
Yo.
We had a game 1 Bebo victory. So Cask back on the Bebo again.
And I noticed as well in one of the circles, I think it was TCB, there were ultra poverty and there were no outposts in the circle at all. So for them to even have a chance of coming back, it was literally either kill a team and kind of feast on their box,
everything.
or you have nothing you could do really. You're just at an insane
Right.
power disadvantage. So hopefully,
Exactly. It's sometimes just tragic like that. I know. It was actually kind of fun. So last night I was playing a lot of games with Get Bebonked and Snarfskis.
sure.
So they were kind of talking to me about a lot of decisions that are made by higher ELO players about where they like to drop. Like, yeah, you look at a lot of the loot. You look at, big things that can get you like those immediate experience boosts. But sometimes it is just better to drop where an outpost is. If you're able to drop, farm up, get 6 by yourselves, get those early relics, you're gonna be just as powerful as those teams that went for the hot drop.
Exactly.
You can have this great position to now fight against other teams, so you don't necessarily need to. Of course, it is fun. Let's be real. It is fun hot dropping a lot of times. Going for the aggressive plays and seeing it. If you're able to beat them over that highly coveted loot, especially depending on what kind of drops they are, or if you're getting some legendaries, if you're getting some exotics. But there are a little bit more strategies, I think, that players are now starting to figure out.
Yeah. 100%. Just reading your comment, Ash. One sec.
That feels really not the same on spec.
Like in a better way, or like do you think it's better in the
Yeah,
spec
that's
PvP
like-
and worse in the game, or vice versa, or like the other way around?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Yeah.
Soul Stealer up for grabs day 1. Sun and Rat are also having a little dance potentially. They've picked up a couple of armors as well, so extra advantage. Meki gets the hook back as well.
Got it to
Oh.
land. Okay, so it's not gonna snap back, but they gotta be careful of that little bit of land below it. If that goes, it is gonna go back over to where Sun are.
Yep.
Down to 25% health, but Sun saw gold armor, and they didn't really want to fight that much for it. Neok's gonna be the only one. Got to put themselves in a bad spot, so they will be the sacrificial lamb, so Sun can get out of there. Though Neok does a great job of disengaging for a long time. Just how long it's gonna last, especially now that Adamark's got that Sky Shark and runs you over.
Oh man. But the armor advantage and Meki with that nice hook. As you mentioned, the ice didn't break. Luckily, no one was stepping on it to kind of cause it to drop, because as you mentioned, it would have teleported back. So it's really nicely played there by Meki, securing it. And obviously, they had an initial power boost from the armors that just made the fight very awkward for Sun to kind of capitalize on, trying to kill that boss.
Which oftentimes is kind of the name of the game. Just make sure you're getting that. While we look at 3 little pigs. There's a pretty heavily here to the crispy guy gets. Nice pull. Talking blast on each side. Toomey got a little bit worried that Aiden might actually win that. Now it's over the abyss. Both of them. I don't know if it's hubris or it's them being cautious, but they're both simultaneously playing for it and then simultaneously stop until finally Toomey, just waiting out that cooldown for Perch, was able to beat out the Kingpin, and now Thomas Gutierrez, Granoxius was able to get a nice dunk on the little me. This Tetra actually winning out in the 1v3. A Tetra Form 2 had created enough distance for them to get out of there completely, even with the chase still there from DSM. We look at other fights. Blast off sent down by Hachi with the punch into the wall. Battle come connected. Try to make sure you can grab the right target, but they're keeping Teldo at bay as he tries to jump up with the 6-monkey strike, scare off the rest of the Shy. For Ninja, somehow making it out alive.
There's a lot of sloppy fights in this early game, especially, I feel, compared to some of the other games we've seen. We're seeing SOS with relatively healthy fuel on their cars versus Toomey with less than half, trying to drive around and evade them as long as possible. We are seeing Spider Ball level 7 as well, so maybe he's got an extra bit of firepower to get some more kills.
Did you see that? He hopped off the Sky Shark, let it run in to Shroom, and then hopped onto the Sky Shark of SOS. So now in the jet stream, has been able to get back up, but unfortunately then gets run over afterwards. Toomey, I loved the angle. I know what you're attempting. But alas, it was not enough. And now Minato. Feel like we've seen this before. A lot of deja vu, but with Grabby connecting, Volcanic Crusher crushing the crispy baguette.
Super duper clean. Oh, Chronoxus is super duper hardcore out. Shy just completely decimate him, and AUR, kind of stepping around on the left hand side, trying to hear what sort of audio cues will happen there on the top right hand side. And Hachisan potentially looking for a dash punch. Unfortunately, does not get the right angle for it, and AUR are able to get their relic purchases in. Force Shy down to the south side now, so that's going to be okay. We're looking at Ever Oracle and a tactical nuke for the Night Ones. And they're potentially two to three fights brewing up as well.
Abyssal hatchlings have spawned.
Oh, I see what Ash is saying now, but we'll talk about that in a little bit because they'll
100%.
Battle Gum dragging them in onto the Sky Shark, trying to avoid the attention, hoping that the Sky Shark was going to blow, but unfortunately it's only going to be Shiv that loses their life. One alive yet again for the Trois Musketeers. It's going to be the one Tetra on the run, while the Shy now fight against Aurora. Coming from the north, Hachi having to heal back up, and with broken armor on your Bishop, your Engager looking a little bit more threatened. That's why they don't want to have that fight against Aurora anymore.
Yep, that dance is kind of awkward for them. Like, normally Shy are kind of the ones to do those clean pounces, but when the fight gets kind of awkward, they have to back away and, it's just, as I mentioned before in that last game, they're ins and outs, so typically very clean, and that one was looking like it could have been quite dangerous if, the other team had more chase potential, or, they could have maybe, actually killed Hatchin, then, we typically see in that scenario that Shy are kind of in dire straits if there aren't any reses in close proximity, but it looks like they could have recovered either way in that scenario. But as the circle closes and the reses continue to decrease, that's when it starts to look sticky for some teams there.
Now we go back over to Kobayashi. 6-monkey strike. OC in the back line looking for the quadruple slam, but missing that one. Instead, it's going to be Neox hit by the second win. With Sun now separated. Mumu on to Sky Shark, hoping to be able to pick up a passenger. Fuzu's got to hop the board. It was getting a little bit dicey, and with pretty battered Sky Shark, could be QTS actually chasing that down, but it does seem that Sun have been able to lose their pursuers while over in Mage Bog. Volcanic Crusher was being timed up, but better time was the Slug Wave with the slam to be able to take down Whodis. Now, third party on the scene, the Shy to intervene. Three Little Pigs have been suffering this whole time as they missed the pull into the storm to try to escape. Hachi then looking for the Slapper Slam team, SOS. They have been separated for a moment, but they haven't at least been able to stay on their feet. Unlike teams up here in the north, we see that EV are going to be running in opposite directions. Same with Sun, who've been continually chased by QTS.
Yeah, it looks like that chase is maybe finally expired as Neox does get away on the Sky Shark right at the last moment, and we do see both the souls as well, spawning in about roughly 20 seconds. A lot of teams are converging on the south side as well, so they may be looking for these souls once they do eventually drop. And now Crouch is the last member for EV, just found his own Sky Shark, so hopefully able to make it away. But SOS are still kind of hot on the heels. Their fuel is slightly lower though, so maybe they can't get the chase. Oh, the dunk! Barry doesn't get the full dunk.
I think also was hoping that he could get the damage onto the Sky Shark, blow that up, and then get out, blast off into the jet stream. But guess what? They still have their Sky Shark. Another Justice Punch GTA from Crouch. We've seen this before. They grabbed Sky Shark after Sky Shark. They have gotten themselves out of there. They can start piloting back to Kobayashi's. The sun is about to rise.
Yep. Just like in Squid Games, we've seen these punches before, It's just one of those kind of angles, see those punches every time. You know that you're going to get a free car straight after it, as you mentioned, GTA mode. 4 seconds left for that
Exactly.
unstable to spawn. It's going to be quite far though. It might cause some surprise, interactions between these teams.
Storm tightening.
As you see, potentially a lot of teams still on the south side actually, and maybe a massive puddle up as well between SOS and is it Shrine this scenario? Yes, it is. And the ulti comes out. Oh, narrowly misses it.
Good dodge, Tetra form, trying to split up the fight, but unfortunately for mana, it only split up their own life because now SOS have to run, continually getting out of there, but it is daytime. There is a path for them to get some salvation. Kobayashi is still in the circle, as we do see that it is going to be, I think, the Secure of the Soul over for the Musketeers.
Yep, that is correct. And hopefully we've got a bit of breathing room now to maybe talk about what Ash was talking about in respect to the spectator kind of view and dunks. So, what's your opinions on it then? How do you feel about it?
I agree. No, I actually agree. I think as a player,
Enemy
it's
Oracle
terrible because
online.
it feels like there's so little counterplay to a lot of this, but as a spectator or as a new player, it feels so good. So you
Yeah,
love
100%.
having that in certain scenarios. Obviously, I think that there do need to be some changes, but right as the sun sets, unfortunately for the three little pigs, it means teams can fight them inside of Kobayashi's. The core didn't get the blast back into it, but got a lot of damage on a Spider Brawl with the Tetra form, trying to make sure they can bring back up their Brawl. But damage on a mana. No more Tetra is there. Only Theo is left, and he's been pushed outside of Kobayashi's.
Oh my
last
God.
stop and taken down SOS.
Crouch played ridiculously clean there on the top left-hand side. But you see the last member of Shy getting outed. Oh my God, what position is that?
Wow.
9th place. They've been playing extremely well in the
very early.
yeah. Wow, what an outcome.
Hey, you never know. With our EU Scrims, we have seen too many a time that there have been some wild plays. And speaking of wild plays, right now, Aurora up against TSM. Anomaly from Peldo, but the slam from Little Meep with the slug wave. As he perches, tries to then dash away right above the heads of TSM. He's gone out over the abyss and hasn't gone anywhere back to land. Does he have an E-plat to maybe reset? Jetstream narrowly gets there in time. Same with the rings to get to that southern bit of land and maybe escape. But guess who's going right through the corrupted zone? Is Little Meep pulling him off of his perch, forcing out the 6 monkey strike, making sure that Teldo is using everything in order to get out of there.
Yeah, it looks like the chase finally stopped, and there's been a ton of dancing around Cobras. I think maybe some res attempts. It looks like a Greninja. Hopefully we'll successfully get this one off. No one's bought an Air Blaster. Oh, actually, we are looking at Ice in this case, as has bought Air Blaster. Fluffy's now back in the game. Neox now looking to get his own stick to get Moo back. Hopefully he can get that one off. I guess we'll use defensively just in case, someone pushes him in. Looks like Fluffy might be trying it. You're looking at him with Air Blaster as well.
Yeah, I mean, we saw this yesterday.
Yeah.
We saw how many air blasts, almost one right there. Trying to push back in Greninja. Fluffy Fish saying, hey, I see you! Goodbye! Setting the sun on Neox.
And it's Fuzu now. 50 seconds left. Picked up the crown, but it looks like it might be a chain CC. Meki surprisingly misses the hook. That's something we've seen, maybe like 1 in 100 times that he actually misses the hook.
Exactly.
Yeah, hopefully on the Krista.
Very rare.
Yeah, he can maybe
Never
evade.
see him miss. Oh, wait a minute. And getting to the respawn beacon. The rat, they've heard it already. They're on top of Fuzu, who's forced to double dash away. The missed 200 might actually have saved their life until TSM comes out of left field and makes it impossible for Grista. Salvo unleashed. E-flats have already been placed down. And with Little Meep, Luca, Blink on the pursuit. Grabby Squid onto the tree to make sure they take down the sun.
And let's see how Rata, they're maneuvering up. It looks like Saltula has been in Adamoc's possession since the start of the game. When we saw those early fights, they're having a little engagement now against L3M. They don't have the high ground necessarily. Actually, Kat is controlling that potentially for the moment. We do see a pad drop down as well. It's not in its cooldown phase yet. We're seeing Zenitrax with the defensive dagger already popped. Fusillade down on the south side. Mega damage. Oh my God, Zenitrax getting absolutely demolished. The slug wave comes out as well, and actually Kat is also dead. 1 member left. Goes to the portal.
The portal, that's what I was looking at, because I saw Levi step out of that, and unfortunately for the Musketeers, they didn't realize that EV were there the whole time waiting for whatever team tried to escape.
Oh my God, that was insane. The portal might have been the last savior, but as you mentioned, they were just there, super hot on the heels, and the defensive nade is used by Kuba already. Doesn't get any connection though. Cass is now looking for a little bit of damage or support to kind of reinforce, or kind of keep control of this island. But I don't know if that's going to last.
Talk. Crash with the B-bomb. Damage in the back line, but no shield for Bebo. Grabbing him over the abyss. Not going to get dunked. Instead, it's going to be the fight on mainland with Blink trying to get away does take his perch on his bull, tries to see if he can look for a slam, but missed 200. They have been able to absorb the pressure from TSM. Another perch slam with Dragon Slam, but there's going to be the engage from Calcinator into the back line. Another slam with the Primal Slam, and then there's going to be the Slug Wave on them. All of them alive. Eevee could intervene, but Cass playing aggressively, looking to burn them, but they're forced onto the E-Plats to try to heal back up, and then with Tetra with the Rock Blast, and now a nuke. Eevee out of nowhere, the third party on the miss. Calcinator's already dead, and then Cass taking the Tonk Tonk, just getting on out of there. Then this is no fight for us, Kuba. Kuba, you gotta find your own way home.
Yep, and just to the left of that looks like more chaos is brewing. AWOG Greninja getting absolutely demolished. At the same time, massive Abyssal Breaker by Fluffy Fish. Flipper and super low HP as Rats continue to maybe dominate this fight whenever they can get, you know, the clean ins. It looks like they started now. Adamarcus get a nice heat shield onto one member. Teldo in this scenario pops an R&B, gets stunned down. Hopefully Fluffy can provide that defensive measure. There's 4 Chonkers on the ground as well. So hopefully they can, you know...
And guess what? Missed, got the revive. They
Yeah.
actually were able to find that elsewhere, and now they can just third party a whole new fight. Go for this one up against QTS, Aurora, and Rat. As QTS are already launching it at Aurora. They've used everything trying to get away, but they throw them right over to EV, so they've lost Mr. Fluffy Fish. The next target gonna be Teldo taken down. Only Greninja is alive. Well, missed 200. Stared down Rat up in the north.
Yep, and we've seen Greninja, I'm pretty sure in last game, in a similar situation, just chilling in the bush on the south side. I remember that, and I think it looks like OC's now found him. He's been forced out, takes the portal right at the last second. He's in zone, taking a lot of damage. Hopefully he can make it out of this one. We do see TSM also, you know, slowly going down there. Oh, he got blocked as well, couldn't make it through.
Wait, portal. No, get into the portal. Greninja, you needed to go into the portal instead, but instead is going to stay in Kobayashi to try to heal up. And surprisingly, look at where the storm is going here, Samiri. It's actually going back towards Kobayashi's. This is absolutely the luckiest thing that could happen to Greninja. And then getting the guard's attention. Luca's got to get out of there, so Greninja's going to be more than happy getting on that core.
Yeah, but he was just trying to punch the Town Gods out so then the TSM could actually go for a full in. I'm not sure if TSM are going to go for a cheese bite. Cheese hook is attempted, doesn't get the connection. You finally get the res off. That's really good for them. But they're all going to have to face, you know, TSM as the gatekeepers. Luca has been alerted though, so it's going to be quite hard for him to have a persistent fight here. Toad's making his way out.
And then a nice slam with the Volcanic Crusher as Aurora thought they could play against the E-Plat. And now they put themselves in a bad spot for a dunk on to Teldo. Do not underestimate Tetra, baby.
And we are seeing, was it Rats all the way on the top side? They played the super chill patient game. And they're slowly making their way down. They can play on the left side actually. There might be the play here in this scenario. Flippy's also picked up a crown. 1 minute 15 roughly left for him. Another res has been been popped as well. Stasis pickup and primer for Furo and another crown again. And as you mentioned,
Ash,
Koba's
game on day 2, or game 2 in a row. Yesterday we had a play like this. It was with Bullet Train, so it made a little bit more sense. Here, with the unstable portals, a little less sense, but very fun to see as teams are now in how they can kind of maneuver. Unstable portals are the name of the game, and we do see a couple of those air blasters in inventories. I'm wondering if anyone's going to try to go for those, especially someone like Mr. Fluffy Fish, but unfortunately someone got the attention of the town guards. It looks like it's Miss Calcinator, the one that got the attention and then taken down. Criminal, branded and executed.
Yeah, let's hope they can make it up. Oh! Meat nearly gets his one on to OC as well. We did see Fluffy trying to do a dash one as well onto one member. Hopefully they can make it out this one. 20 seconds left for Fluffy, trying to get those buffs up by using those consumables when possible, I'm assuming. I think it is actually.
Ash is right in chat. If people aren't piling up the nukes right now, if they aren't getting the stockpiles going, then I don't know what they're thinking, because it's only Rat that are out. Good call from QTS reading that play and saying, yeah, we'd better get out of here now, because if we don't, we're going to lose any position. And even there, you can see, like, on the track, that tiny little sliver of land that they can kind of go to that's outside of Kobayashi's. But it is awkward for all of these teams.
Yeah, and because he's Telda's in the worn status, he obviously can't jump in anymore, which, you know, that little ledge is being a godsend for him in this scenario. It looks like 40 seconds left for the crown for Cask as well. It looks like Rata also slowly trying to, you know, find out what's going on in the next circle so they can kind of plan their next move. Hopefully they got some E-Plats in their inventory so they can kind of, you know, make some stable ground for, you know, for that next circle.
First nuke launch onto the E-Plat. might give them control. QTS did have to push back towards the tracks in the first fight. Aurora trying. They push him out into the storm. 6 Monkey Strike. They're keeping him away. That's stasis, but he still gets himself the Zephyr. And then with the push back on the second win, Luca did die on the other side. Probably still with guard's attention. We didn't even notice that there was a fight on the northern part of Kobayashi's exit as it was EV. They were able to vacate down that away using Tetraform as well, but they run right into Rat, who've been waiting for the fleeing rats that leave the ship going into their territory. Another use of the Terraform, trying to see what they can get with the blast off. It's going to be Crouch and Mr. Ice-T holding the line, but it's going to be difficult against that Golden Rat team.
Yep, and Telda's still... Oh no, Telda's aggro's finally gone now, and Kalski's still aggro. He gets instantly gibbed. QTS have held that lower ground. It's really nice to see Furo pop that stasis in the zone as well, and then be able to dash to get out. Really, really nice clean usage there from Furo on the top side as well. We're looking at the last member now, Ice again. Oh no, looks like it's going to be Toast. Yep, he's completely outed, and that is Rat securing even more kills in game 2.
Yeah, more kills, and now down to 5 teams, but no more land here. Blink miss. What are you gonna do? Tong has just saved the team of Nits, has gotten them out, but they still gotta fight their way through the fires as they're dunked by the Volcanic Crusher. Cookies making sure that nobody but Bebo is alive, and then anyone else that tries to leave is gonna be easy pickings as we have the fight on the dragon. A huge dragon slam from Deldo as he pushes back single-handedly. QTS all the way to the brink, but finally will fall under the might of 3 that were fighting against him, while Aurora trying to get the punch back on a Blink. We see that Cast did die. A nice Tetra form to lock him down so he couldn't escape, but leaving the stragglers, having only solo players here, Blink being one of them. The other one, Mr. Fluffy Fish, over the abyss. Blink locked into the alcove with no way to get out of that one. Neither can Mr. Fluffy Fish, now down to 2, as Rat has been patient the whole time. They've locked down control. The train will pass by. Adamark barely not tagged as he dives right into the thick of the fight against QTS, who cannot get out. They've been locked into their demise, pulled back in, fried alive, and Rat will take game 2.
That is 19 kills on a first place. What an absolute banger game for them. They played the super slow game. They knew that the team could potentially rotate on the north side of Koba, so waiting in those bushes on the top side was really, really nice for them. They could just move him in the circle. They probably had E-plats in abundance as well. So they had basically every solution, every kind of encounter, potential encounter kind of locked down. And it was such an easy game for them to close, I think. But yeah, 19 kills is, nothing to, kind of shy away from. That's an insane, insane kill point game for them.
And also just wild that we have a Kobayashi's endgame, because we had that yesterday. But yesterday it made sense because it was bullet trains. Bullet trains, when that happens, you're like, okay, that can happen. Very rarely do we see it with a different storm shift. And so having that kind of play, Rat were the fortunate team. The team that was outside of Kobayashi's the whole time. Yeah, as Ash is saying.
Exactly.
It's so much easier when you're the one team that already had that position. So any team that wants to try to get out of there, there's not much they can really do. Like, where do you go? On the tracks? You go up north? Well, guess what? Rat have been there the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. And as we mentioned yesterday, like, it's only if you have like a Saros that's like basically the only escape mechanism, and if even in that scenario, people will chase you if you go through that portal. So yeah, there's only a couple of the standard exits otherwise. So it does make the game extremely difficult under certain circumstances. And as Ash mentioned before, if there's nukes or air blasts, any sort of environmental hazards in those small concentrated spaces, it makes things really difficult for teams sometimes to maneuver, and maybe sometimes for other teams it's easier, of course. But
yeah, I mean, I think right there it was just well played by Rat, just staying on the outside the whole time, and knowing that he could play very cautiously.
Another mission.
Play the slow game. They didn't have to feel like they were ever forced for anything, and just let, as I said, it's ironic that it's the fleeing rats from the ship, because they are the Rat team, but all the rats had to leave Kobayashi's.
exactly. And
all right, so wait, what storm shifter we got now?
This one is going to be bombing runs.
Not bullet trains.
No, bullet trains is next
I'm
one.
always waiting.
Yep.
Hey, we always know I'm waiting for that. I did like some there are newer players to the game that were like playing essentially scrims, but they're all trying to learn how to play the game better last night. And so, of course, I made them do a lot of bullet train.
The training regimen.
but it was worth it because there was a good clip that kind of taught the players, like, hey, make sure you're paying attention to the tracks, because even if you're, it was a 3v1 scenario, they should have won the game. Two other players were on the track kind of watching the player that was above the abyss. Train comes and kills them both. So now it's a 1v1.
I mean, that's one of those things with this game. I feel like it's quite unique in that sense that you can be good at this game, especially if you're good at like spinning plates, right? Like you have to wear maybe like 10 different caps at once, to be like really, really efficient in respect to all kinds of avenues. Like, how are we rotating into the next zone? Okay, who's going to consider, which member of the team is going to consider, who does that? How do we manage the economy for things like emergency platforms or other key items, things like relics? When do we go to those shops to buy items as well? When do we interact with the team and fight them versus when do we kind of wait and, play the slow game? There's so many hats that you have to consistently swap out to really extract value in this game. And I think that's something that new players, it can be overwhelming at times, but hopefully with the new tutorial, and as you've mentioned, maybe doing some custom games, to kind of teach players when to kind of swap these hats and when it's appropriate, when to kind of kind of apply the gas or apply the brakes, sort of thing. It really can help.
Now, crispy baguettes onto the Sky Sharks up against the three little pigs. It looks like the pigs are trying to feast on some baguettes right now. Minato easily spiked the first casualty so quickly into the game.
Yep, let's see how Rat are doing. Their level difference is quite severe, actually. Cascordi with level 4, Kubik maybe looking to circle around, picks up an armor, kind of 1-for-1. Adamov also with 1 good armor. He's also got the Sword of the Seven Suns, I think it's called, I'm pretty sure. Yes, it is. So he's kind of a potential advantage depending on how you want to look at things. Now Cookie's also with an armor pickup, so they are on the ups overall. We are looking at Kalsk, maybe looking to get some buys. He gets the Sunweaver as well, so a nice little pickup.
Also, I did notice that Izeb has swapped over to Bebo. So I'm very excited that we now have 2 Bebos in the game.
Yeah, man.
So have a couple more players here in EU, maybe seeing, hey, Magical might be onto something with that as we look back over to our crispy baguette, three little pigs foray. And unfortunately for TCB, they are still on struggle street. Not really able to get away from the danger that is three little pigs. And as I was just talking about, Izeb on that Bebo. Now surrounded Volcanic Crusher, crushing the poor little Bebo's head.
Yep, and we're going to flick back onto the north side because I see, a massive convergence between Rat and MST. It looks like they've been dancing around for a while now, but Kaos might be the next victim as that, Sky Shark rapidly approaches his face. Hopefully he can evade it. It looks like it's been okay for the moment, but Cookies is still sending it in, trying to apply as much pressure as possible, preventing any buys. And the nade, gets a nice little stun, but there's not really an angle for the autos to connect. And Adam uses a pad to maybe, circle around onto someone, but, there's not been a heavy engagement with any big connection just yet. Oh, never mind, as I say that.
Another Volcanic Crusher, taking down Calskinator, but this 200 have already separated in this fight. Might be able to get one more, as they do get the slow on Akuba, but Kuba into the bombing run. It is going to be really risky. They just need to make sure they get out alive to hold on to as much gold armor as humanly possible. What we do see on the kill feed, Kumi eventually found out three little pigs, had hunted them to the ends of the earth and the ends of both Coldfang and Catacombs to get that first team elimination. Yep,
maybe it's just a bit of rust from these kind of, these old veteran players. We've not really seen them in the comp scene for a long time, such as Toomey as well, of course. So, it might just be the case that, it could obviously be the case, that the players have just gotten better and, that there might be a little bit of a skill gap at the minute. But, that doesn't mean that you can say that can't be closed in. We're looking at, the Oath on super low HP already. The autos are being sent in massive flurries. 1 HP, can he escape is the question. I'm not really sure about this one.
Down the wall, trying to get the kill, but SOS, they are committing a lot to look for Aurora. They've got the punch on a Greninja, but he was able to blink away, while Teldo getting a lot of the attention from Spider Brawl. Then Greninja from the other two of SOS. Spider Brawl trying to jump up into the air, looking for that dunk on Teldo, barely missing it. The rings might be saving Aurora's life. All of them are still alive. They're into the outpost. This is not necessarily the place you want to fight. Up on the perch, Teldo trying to get above their heads and over the wall. Duking him, Mana kind of holding on, and he's done a good job, Teldo, avoiding SOS for so long.
Super nice evasive maneuvers there. You kind of almost double baited them. I'm pretty sure you can't traverse over that wall, even at max height, unless you've got like a pad and then maybe R&B or something along those lines, or I don't know, use some sort of sky abuse, but I'm pretty sure you can't go over that wall otherwise. It's just a bit too tall. Nice dunk there by Theo with the squid. There's reinforcements on Greninja. So AOR are now back to a 2-man. Hopefully they can do something about that. For the night ones, we're looking at resilience, and I'm not going to say it. I mean, we spoke about that yesterday. There's also the blue armors as well, of course. So
yeah, so you know, there's some good options for teams to go for. They can go for yearbook. They can go for resilience. They can go for the blue armors if they are really finding themselves strapped on armors and getting themselves a little bit stronger. But at the moment, we are seeing a lot of teams. Another circle that is going to be slowly pushing us over to Mage Block. Similar to game 1, we're going to have it where there's a lot of abyss, but also not necessarily the best terrain to fight over, especially late game.
yeah, exactly. You're looking at the yearbook being picked up by L3M likely, and Yasa also finds mana at the same time. Flick up on the north side is looking at QTS, and just above them it's going to be EV. Looks like they have their own little mini dance. I bet everyone has kind of walked away from that one at the moment. And for the Resilience Soul, it looks like we're seeing 3 teams also dancing around this. Shroom narrowly avoiding the hook on that Sky Shot, going 100 miles an hour. Looks like it's going to be evading everything pretty much. They have the level 7s versus 3LP's level 6s on both sides. That's going to make fights a little bit more difficult. Maybe they can get the level 7 from this last mob before they maybe start looking towards Resilience. But Sun are just above them, so...
Right, that's what I was just about to say. It's not just that they have to worry about the Shies being there, but now that Sun, and even if you saw further north, that SOS are going to be here as well. That is a lot of teams to contest this Soul. So now, for 3LP, do they fully commit to try to take down the Soul, or do they have to scatter? It looks like they got the pull onto the other side of the bombing run, but we can see that Mana wants to steal that away, but a little bit late on being able to get that out from the clutches of 3 Little Pigs.
Yep, and back on Mage Bog. There might be a potential fight brewing there, but this one looks like it's already, you know, kind of in its late stages. A nice squid at the last second to provide a bit of a survival, and it looks like Adamok has found a massive heat shield continuously onto 2 members. Levi down already now. Oh, maybe a one.
Punch back. Oh, not into the bombing run at the perfect time, and somehow I can't believe that all of Rat actually were able to live, and then with an execute, immediately back to full health for Meki Mek.
Yep, and now Shia potentially wandering down onto Sun. See Neox kind of using the high ground temporarily. Hopefully he can get out of that one. I know that there's been a bug that we've seen here, for I think it was on a Hachi, I think, where you get stuck here. So this is obviously a bug in the game. I saw him drop here level 1, and he just got stuck on this kind of...
He's definitely stuck. No! Neox, no!
And hopefully that gets
fixed. Out of there!
Meteor Beast incoming.
Tragic there for poor Neox and Sun. Mumu, Fuzu. They've decided they don't want to stay grouped up together, knowing with Neox ducks. Tetra form, placed down. Mumu trying to drag them over the abyss. Fusillade, and then a rock blast to actually cut off the chase for the Shy. Could have given Mumu away for a Volcano Crusher dunk on this Brocane. Mumu 1v3, finding the play against the Shy.
Yep, and it looks like another fight was brewing between AU and L3M, and some on the top side as well. We're looking at Neox and Fuzu, I believe. Yep. Looks like they've just dispersed themselves, and we're looking at for the actual souls for the knights. Was it in this scenario? Knight 2 souls, of course, combustion, and if I can find the other one, I think it's just on this auto repair. There we go.
Auto repair.
Yep.
Uh-oh. That's missed right now. Try to play with the portals, but Kuba. This is an unstable portal territory. This is just regular old bombing run, so does get taken down in Academy. TSM kind of take control of the walls outside of it. We have to put our attention on to the auto repair Meteor Beast that 3LP already getting a lot of damage and keeping so many teams away from. I think any team's going to be able to snatch that out from underneath the 3 Little Pigs. Right now, they are very gluttonous. They are gobbling up everything across the breach.
Yep, and Hachi, unfortunately, does die to the hands of QTS. They also get their own respective res off the bombing run. It's also coming out at the last second. Let's hope they're going to be okay in that scenario. Maybe be able to stabilize. 3LP also pick up the soul as we were speaking about, so they're going to have an extra bit of power now. They've super stabilized level 10s versus level 9s AUR. They also drop the pad, maybe looking for an aggressive in onto 3LP, who just has to go take the win rings, temporarily split from the team as that bottom run does come down. But hopefully he's going to make it out of that one.
Yeah. Should be able to make it out, but it got a little bit scary there. Had anybody tried to actually pursue that kill, it could have been even worse for 3LP. We have a lot of teams still remaining here, Samiri. Eventually, the counter pig has got to give, and right there we see that Hachi getting blown up out of the sky by the bombing run. which means Aurora, it can punish Hachi in which
Oh,
they already got the fuse a lot in the barrel, doing a lot of
Yasser!
damage to Yes Sir, but not actually going to be able to get the kill onto anybody. Yes Sir has been able to get away, while Aurora couldn't chase. Maybe the Screamer, I thought,
God.
could have gotten the actual kill onto the Shy.
That would have been so funny if that did happen. Oh, nice little bit of squid tank to get onto the car. Super nice movement there to ensure that the survival is intact. We're looking at Yasser Sprokane. Where is Sprokane in this scenario? He is farming up some ghosts as well. And on the south side, we're looking at L3M. How they items wise at the moment. Looking relatively healthy, pretty healthy, I'd say. The soul is also, you know, kind of exploded now into the boss zone. Yasser is actually found.
Yeah.
So how
Keep in
about-
mind, Sprokane did make it out. He was the other one that went the opposite direction in Mage Bog, so they decided to go for the easier target there, the lower health. Yes, sir. Unfortunately, down to only one player for the Shies, especially with so many teams left. They can have another early exit here in this game. As Aurora staring down this 200. Mage Bog slowing down the fight for now, but the Tong crash into the wall with the B-bomb connected onto Kingpin and damage into the back line. But you gotta be careful of the 6 Monkey Strike. He's filling back up. Kuba doing a good job with the Arcane Railgun, trying to tag the Monkey King. They've got a lot of damage with the Spread for Prey. And they take down Tell, though, while the rest of Aurora will go into the Mage Bog and escape.
Yep, and I need to look at... Okay, so Shy did get their own res off on the top right. In the zone, so they're back as a full 3-man. We are looking at Spider-Ball picking up a crown. 1 minute left, roughly. Shy still kind of battered and bruised. Maybe Spider-Ball just sent it with the car. No, at the last second, decides against it. Theo maybe considering his options. Looks like Yasser's going for his own car. Maybe looking to completely get out of town in case the fight goes south. Luca also finds Cookies, and Adamok finds Luca, so kind of 1-for-1 exchange as well.
Yeah, we have a lot of teams right now that are missing at least like one player. So many teams kind of in this awkward spot. I like that attempt there from Aiden. He was trying to grab either Sprokane off of the Skybike or somebody else so then they can look for a play elsewhere, but not landing that instead. We're seeing everyone drive by, and we are staying right over this large part of the Abyss. As slams are attempted, pulls are grabbed. Yes, sir, back over the Abyss. The Shies have been split up again. Well, Rat are actually the team that's been taken out. Moo finding that down south.
Yep, and how long does Spider-Ball have left? 10 seconds. I wonder if 3OP can apply enough pressure. Or Face Steel Train already dropped. Doesn't get dunked. Avoids the dunk. Aiden also tries his luck. Doesn't get, you know, not successful. 4 seconds left. Looks like it's going to pop. Sprokane looking for a back here. Onto the top side. Looks like Hachi got chased away. Sprokane is silence, chilling in the bush. Waiting for that silence to kind of, you know, go away. And MST looking to collapse on this. Sprokane is likely going to be dead here. Does get a squid at the last second. Hopefully he's got enough, you know, space to evade the fury of MST. It looks like he's going to be okay in this scenario.
I thought he might be slowed down too much by the fog itself and be taken down, but he was able to get out, and now the Sky Shark about to blow bombing run onto Greninja.
No.
And same with the Asura, he couldn't chase. A nice dunk there, making sure that TSM take down Aurora. So we lose one more team. Like I said before, there are a lot of teams that are missing a player here or there, or they're just not grouped up like we see from the Shy.
Yep, this is what I was saying before in game 1, I think it was. You know, like if they die and they can't get the res off, I usually see them just stay poverty the whole rest of the game, or you know, it's really hard for them to have a good, clear comeback. Whereas some other teams that somehow managed to make it out of it. I'm not really sure what is going on in respect to that. I mean, you can argue it's just a generic game state thing where, you know, the game is just obviously hard to come back from, especially if people are watching the reses and just camping it. Aiden just picked up a crown at the last second. Oh, and a dunk as well. The car picked up by Aiden at the last second. Hopefully can get away.
Hudis might be down, but Aiden has gotten out of town as grabbing that crown. He'll be long gone while we look at the fight over in the Hollows. It's going to be Hachi that'll be taken down first. And now the pull back as the Trois Musketeers take a slug wave to the face, and they are A-okay with that one. Grabby Squid coming in from Sprokane. The rest of the Shies taken down by L3M. Then up north, we even saw that there's another team that got eliminated off screen.
Yep. And we're looking at Neox Last Alive for Sun as QTS chilling on the south side. Looks like they've played the slow and stable game. We've seen them pick up a couple of kills, well, 3 kills. It's not too bad so far, all things considered. Bomber is kind of separating them. It's forced Neox down to the south side. The last member is outed. They are outed 6th place as well. We're looking at TSM also taking the car. Look, Arm is looking ever healthy as they probably, you know, took out Rat, I'm pretty sure. Oh, and the dunk down. Big fight.
Volcanic Crusher was able to at least separate the fight. Mana forced to use the Tetraform just to get a platform, sending out some of the Magma Ball, trying to get some damage on TSM, but they put their own Tetraform down. Now it's up into the air to try to avoid with a Dragon Slam, the pull over the Abyss, looking for the slam back onto Mana. That's going to be a trade 1-for-1, but then Theo gets taken down by TSM. Blink was looking for their own Dragon Slam to be able to execute the kill, but back over in Wraith's row. Miss 200 and those Trois Musketeers grabbing him with the Tong, pushing him into the wall, getting rid of Shiv. Well, they're already on the respawn beacon, but chased away. Miss 200 not going to give them that avenue back into the game.
Yep, and there is an Orb of Life that's still potentially, up for grabs. If they do kill that boss, maybe it's a free rest for L3M. Instead, they go for the crown pickup. The bomb run is potentially separating them, maybe forcing the situation in their hand. Looks like MST are going for the slow approach. They've dropped the pad down. Cask is maybe looking for something, maybe cycling around. Immortus is definitely up for grabs now if Cask does get the hook in on that boss. And now on the south side, Spider Brawl.
Spider Brawl. Spider Brawl. Come on, you can get out of this one. Barely avoiding it. The Dragon Slam just shy of landing on to the lone member of SOS, but he is overheating. E-Plat. Give him a little bit of a reset, but I'm looking at the position of all the other teams, especially that Orb of Life that you just called out. TSM grabbing that away, wanting nobody but themselves to have it. B-bomb launch. Now Ashikata in, getting damage onto Luca. Immortus is low. They got to get rid of that B-bomb first. They're trying to see if they can get the blast. It's almost stolen away. I don't think they got it in time. It was secured by TSM.
Yep, and it looks like Meep has picked up at least one orb. I'm interested to see who gets the second one there. Maybe Luca picks up in this scenario. We're going to see who gets that extra buff. And on the top side, we do see Spider Ball picking up a crown and still staying in the Sky Shock. Somehow he's found one, an old battered one. EMP nade? Oh, no connection. Oh no, did he actually steal the bomb, I think. I think he neutralized it.
Oh, okay. Right now, you'll just take whatever you can get if you're the lone player for a team looking at SOS. And looking at our strong teams here, TSM facing off against Miss 200. Kind of a repeat of game one. Tetraform placed down, chains have connected, but no follow-up. The bombing run gonna go the wrong way. Dragon Slam just a little bit shy. Miss 200 are gonna play this one wisely. They don't want to get sandwiched in between the two teams. And now that they see the three little musketeers, the Trois Musketeers are already pushing up onto them. They decide to back off that one. They go for the full wrap around to stay within the circle. Even TSM and the Trois Musketeers in this battle. A Dragon Slam on the base camp, getting a lot of damage on a Chronoxius, but instead sending a nuke, getting rid of the base camp, and separating the fight.
Really nice clean play to see there to get that bond packed up just before that nuke drops. And QTS now, finally the nest has been rustled, it seems, by TSM as they're looking to, heavily invade them. Armor Diff is looking big, but OC, he's been hooked back. Can he get the mantle? Oh, the ice kindly provided by Cask. Look at this teaming. What is going on?
Wow, working together there to make sure they can get that dunk on a QTS. I don't think Cask meant to do that, but works out for them. A pull onto Ashikata, trying to get him grounded, but he was able to get the E-Plat underneath his feet just in the nick of time. Well, SOS do get their crown. Base camp put down. The Trois Musketeers in a good position, looking for more dunk. SOS lose one player with Gravity onto Theo. No dunk is going to be secured. Instead, it's going to be the damage coming in from Mana, forcing up the Trois Musketeers. Now it's only one left as Shiv tries to put the E-Plat again to survive. The blast up, forcing him into the zone while we saw that Ferentiza was taken down on the other side by Miss 200 and TSM. Theo somehow is alive, finally dunked down by TSM with Tonk Tonk. Barely missing, and now we are down to 3. Twoipy, the last one for QTS.
Yeah, but I'm just checking his money, and he instantly bought a crown as soon as, he started wandering down to the south side to that shop to pick up the crown, and hopefully he's going to be able to find some space that is safe. Oh, but Meep just get the predicted hook. He's hit him. Oh.
And the Dragon Slam working together
Oh
beautifully.
man, the dunk meta, I genuinely feel his pain in that scenario. It's like, okay, I avoided one dunk, and then another dunk comes your way. It's like, oh, well, that's it for me.
As someone who grew up with basketball his whole life and couldn't dunk, all I was told is just to get taller. That's about it. And unfortunately, they're just not going to be the case. But Tetraform has been placed down with a lot of E-Plat. TSM in control of Abyss. Grabby Squid onto the other side. Cask throwing down some of the frozen sea Volkowski a little bit too far with the rest of the team. Already split up. They're trying to take down the brawl. Here comes Tonk Tonk, grabbing 2, crashing him into the wall. But they've already lost Cask, and now it's just Kuba trying to survive against the entirety of TSM. We're chasing him all the way to the ends of the earth, over in the storm, and a Dragon Slam to execute victory.
Yep, and in this scenario, how many of the kills do these guys get? It's 17 kills. Wow. Every first place is like, getting a significant amount of kills each time, it feels. You know, sometimes you see a first place with maybe 10 kills. They just got the really like clean third parties right at the end. But in this game, it feels like, you know, every player or every team is, you know, actually significantly snowballed, you know, throughout the whole game. And, you know, as we mentioned, we saw, I think I'm pretty sure it was TSM versus Rat getting those kills, you know, so which allowed them to get the armors. I think that was one of their big snowball moments, you know.
Woo! But yeah, good. I mean, good games there. You know me, I always enjoy my games and how these goes. But you know what I enjoy more than
What is
anything
that?
else? Bullet Train. And that's our next storm ship.
Yep, let's go. Let's turn it on. There we go. Bullet Trains is on. Is everyone in? Yes, they are.
Perfect. If they're ready to go.
Yep, I think we are good to go.
I am ready to go. So we can get right on into it. Woo! And these games are already bringing the hype for us. Absolutely love seeing it every single time. So I'm kind of curious to see how teams are going to change. I'm still waiting. Cask has yet to give you a sub. What is this, Cask?
Hey, I'm not too sure, man. I think we've you know, we're expecting great things. But they're just not happening yet, unfortunately.
Cask did not believe me when I said that Bebo is still good. Plays Bebo one game, wins the very first one, and I'm like... anyways. So, Relic gave me some good feedback in that, before that last game.
Okay.
I was overstepping a little bit too much on your points, so I was trying to give you a little bit more breathing room. How did you feel about that?
Yeah, man, it was great, dude. It was, I feel like a nice.
Trying to give a little bit more. Like my biggest problem is if I don't cast enough, I get so excited.
Yeah, I can tell. No, I can tell. It's not from like it's not like an animosity thing or something.
No,
I can tell you're just so eager to say. You know what I mean? Like I can tell it's that.
I love this game so much. It's just like a look at Tommy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's like an inverse hot potato, man. You want to hold the hot potato. You don't care if it explodes in your face. You know, you're getting the cast.
So I was trying to be better about it.
No, it was. I
like
appreciate it,
that
man.
was good.
Yeah, it's better today for sure. Great stuff.
Also
I think we're
drinking
good
my
now.
Dr. Pepper. Yeah, but it's Bullet Train, so you know me and my Bullet Train. I got my
Yeah.
Select your hunter.
I'll definitely let you off the leash for this game at least.
Yeah.
Another mission. Good.
The only true one where I truly
are the drop
like to
leader.
go off. Also, I didn't even realize that was the Cortez soft hands gave a follow. I appreciate that as well. But for some reason, my notification didn't go off. No,
Oh, unlucky. Good stuff though, man.
Okay. It's funny. I have no idea how to tell what the viewers are like on YouTube because it shows the Twitch one.
Yeah.
I don't know what the viewers are like on YouTube, so. Because this is my first few days actually like doing the streams this way.
Yeah.
So,
I think there was a way to. I'm not sure if there's a way to view like. Oh no, there probably would be a way to see like a graph of the stats over the time of the stream. You know, maybe after the stream's finished or something, or maybe even while you're streaming.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it shows a graph of some sort, like with a viewer count. So
yeah.
there's some analytics and stuff.
Hey, you know, we're figuring it out, getting it all working. It's all new stuff to me when it comes to a lot of this. But here we go. Into game 4. So we'll see how our teams are going to change here. He's back on the Bebo. Did get an early elimination in that last game, but I don't know if that's so much the Bebo's fault or so much that Three Little Pigs were very, very greedy hunting down those kills.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just thinking about some kind of macro perspectives in respect to the game. You know, what does the hero release, kind of cadence look like after these 3 heroes come out? You know, we've got this kind of supposed mage coming out or something like that in less than 2 weeks, of course. But then after that, what the question is going to be, what's the cadence like? Do you have any ideas about or any theories?
Don't.
Oh, okay.
My theory, I have no actual information on it, but my theories are there needs to, it's not a theory, but it is a need.
Yeah.
There needs to be, regardless of if they think they've released enough hunters with this, there needs to be at minimum new hunter a month.
100%.
This is not me being like, oh, I just want new content. It's like if you want this game to succeed, you need as much content as humanly possible. Constantly release new stuff. That's always going to be big. As we look again, the crispy baguette and Three Little Pigs. They are battling over Cold Fang Keep. Feels a little bit different this time around, though.
Yeah,
Some crispy baguettes. They have separated themselves a bit earlier on, but they got better levels to actually look for these fights. Getting a good amount of damage onto 3LP. Who dis is being found out. A nice volcanic crusher onto Minato. Minato already double dashed into the fight, using the wall to try to get away.
Oh.
Having the storm. Nice heal. They get fully back into the fight once more than the grind rails to try to escape. And keep in mind, that was all to allow the rest of TCB to continue to farm up places here in Coldfang, get themselves the gold, but now Minato might have bit off a little bit more than they can chew, having to go over the abyss and continue to run them around. But eventually, they were going to find you, and they just need to land one more auto to take you down.
Finally, they just saw a continuous flurry of auto attacks just being dodged. And finally get that last hit in, so that's good.
And Minato did a good job, though, of kind of getting all that attention from Three Little Pigs. So, team farms up. They get themselves a lot of good loot. Like, and not as good as I would.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was just looking over, like, surely, hopefully, they got a bit of reward from that.
I was thinking that they would have had at least like 2K each. And
exactly.
Like, oh wait, they really didn't get much, did they?
Yeah, it's going to be potentially damaging their future prospects, not having that economy. But there are still some biomes to farm up to kind of restabilize. We're looking at Ashikata kind of potentially zoning out Chobi for the minute, also capping the bonfire as well. He's got the harmonic edge stack. I think is it harmonic edge in this? Yeah, is it? I believe they changed the projectile of that in the patch as well. I'm pretty sure it used to be like on the kind of characters, like on their arm in terms of their model, and they kind of changed it to kind of be a little bit further out. So maybe it provides a bit of additional clarity potentially. I'm not really sure what their decision making was behind that. We're also looking at AOR. Oh, big stun!
Nice double slam with the Sky Shark to blast them into separate directions. Is that an audio bug? Is there an audio bug?
I hope not.
Everything seems fine on here. People buying stuff in the shop.
Oh yeah, I mentioned that in the post relic. If you're talking about that, it's more about the Prisma being deposited. It's been there since version 1.0.
Nice volcanic crusher there in this fight. Looking for the Dragon Slam, but though couldn't get close enough to Cookies. He's chasing this down, but the volcanic crusher from Cookies. Do not chase the Tetra, baby.
Oh man, I feel like legit Cookies might be the best one in EU on Tetra. Like even though the character's not been out for too long. You can sometimes just call it, man. When people are just insanely good. Oh, a nice little slam attempt at me. But Chronoxia seals the deal. As we just mentioned on Tetra again, getting another dunk in. Damn.
Right now, I'm starting to get on that Tetra hype train. Just to see a lot of people doing a great job. Once you get used to her, having, a bit less range than, say, like a Wukong. But, man, when you're good at those Volcanic Crusher dunks, they are nuts.
Oh, 100%. Especially with the squared combo, just like how it would be with KP. If you can get the, kind of manage the momentum and kind of triangulate where you should be doing, timing the slam, it's typically always guaranteed. But, we still see people miss it because it's one of those things where, because of this kind of fluid kind of physics system we have in the game, sometimes momentum can play extremely differently, each time you use something that gives you momentum, like a squared or something along those lines. So
Abyssal hatchlings incoming.
Definitely a harder skill to really refine, even in the top level.
I will say, my one weakness with this game is using the powers or the items now, well, relics.
Yeah.
In any fashion, because my brain cannot comprehend more than like 4 button presses at a time. So adding a 5th, my brain just does not compute. But seeing players that are able to do so is the thing of beauty. And we have so many players here in EU that are so good, especially with the grabbies. This was before, we've said it many a times with the grappling hooks previously. We know how good these players are with using that movement to get themselves in these crazy positions. But speaking of a crazy position right now,
oh my god,
they're on the Dreadstar, but everyone descends onto the beast. And it's going to be the Dreadstar, I think, picked up by QTS. It's still on the ground with 3LP chasing off EV, then 3LP not as part of this fight up in the north. QTS, Grant, and Miss all survive, and it's Halskinator that picks up the Dreadstar.
And I don't know what sort of business conference that was for, but that must have been a really successful business. All the teams converged there. Dreadstar was picked up. Day 2 mob resets are available. 3LP are looking to chase QTS in this scenario. OC maybe on his last legs here, but hopefully Choipi and the other member can make it out in this scenario. Let's hope that is the case. Oh my god, that was absolute chaos.
That was wild. I was expecting a couple teams, but not quite the 5 that we saw all coalesce under that Dreadstar. yet nobody died. That's the bigger thing for me. That whole thing happened, and everyone makes it out alive. Will they continue to do so? Probably not. Not 3 LP, I was about to say. I always get that mixed up. Well, 12 Musketeers and QTS, I thought they were going to continue that fight a little bit longer, but Sun will fight a lot longer here against SOS, especially with how low their health bars are. Neon is going to be the one that takes down, and then Uzu dies to the abyss, spiked down below by SOS, while Mumu holds on into this brush, waiting for anybody to enter into the Tetra territory.
Yep, and shout out to Sunaz as well, one of the amazing French casters, you know, doing a lot of support and things for the French community, man. Shout out to that guy, he's a legend.
Woo! Yeah, we've got a lot of awesome people in the French community. Like, they've been doing so much amazing stuff, so thanks to all of them for always supporting Super 5.
Great stuff, and surprisingly, I think Mumu did make it out of that, you know, chaotic situation, just chilling in the bush. He's found a Sky Shark, dancing around SOS, and hopefully he can get to a res beacon. But he's gonna get stunned. No, doesn't make it out of it.
Yeah, barely makes it out of it. I'm surprised that Mumu didn't go for the Kobayashi's res. Even if it's barely outside, it's an early storm, so he can easily survive that and get back into position. But instead, just take that Sky Shark, venture into new territories. Corrosion Soul here at Mana Coils. Miss 200 should be able to get that. Well, Rat, they're chased away by 3 little pigs out of the outpost.
Yep, and it's also combustion as well for that one too, on the just next to Hot, so it might be free dibs for a potential team. Mana already in combustion state, you know, had a little exchange against QTS, but they may looking to get collapsed on completely by EV. The nice Vortex Charm, the ulti as well, Crouch on super low HP. Furitas hopefully bought himself enough time to kind of escape the fury of EV for now.
Beasts have landed.
Looks like he has been able to get out of there. So back over to land at Site 38. There are a couple teams that are already there. More importantly, though, will be these Meteor Beasts. Looking at the soul potential. So the Musketeers already on top of one. I don't see anyone else on the other, but we do see the fight here from DSM and the Crispy Baguettes, who have been struggling today. A slam missing Minato, but Minato back with Hiza, who barely was able to get away from the bullet train while Rat was riding that into a better position.
Yep. Oh, we're missing some Chaos Brewing as well on Iron Acres. Shy looking to get Yata looking to rapid heal up. Almost looking not too tasty. Levi on super low HP. Hachi potentially in trouble as Crouch sends a punch towards the space, and Hachi's now on super low HP, trying to farm some mobs or anything he can, trying to heal up as well. Yas has the back as well. Sprokane turned into toast, burnt toasted that, and Hachi's now on super low HP. Sends the punch forward, gets a nice little stun. It's returned. 1 HP. Can he get away?
1 HP in a dream. Blast off. Says no way. As they take down Hachi. Yes, sir. Can get out of there. There are some decent respawn beacons for them to use, but gonna be battered. Trying to get back into this game. Still 11 teams alive, and with bullet trains, we can have some spicy fights coming up soon.
Yep, so MST have taken the Soul and L3M, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, both in possession of Soul. One has the Dreadstar as well. MST looking a little bit more powerful in that scenario if they were to have a face-off. On the top side, in the Abyss, we're looking at some crazy action. Mana on super low HP. Yasa sends a Fusillade his way. Theo potentially looking to take the Sky Shark, maybe for a bit of aggression. We do see QTS just below, and Rat as well. So many teams, as you said, you know, meeting up now again.
Right outside of Site 38, a nice Dragon Slam onto Rat. This could start off the fight. Shy, they wanted to join in, but QTS, they're looking to see if they can chase him outside of the walls, but keep in mind, look down south. I see TSM. They hear the fight. They know something's going on. QTS are getting a little bit low, a little bit dicey for them. They're looking for the slam on a Cookie. Not going to be able to get it forward. Trying to see if he can dodge away from a lot of the damage. Finally taken down. TSM had joined in, looking for the Dragon Slam. The rings making sure that QTS were able to get away. And then TSM in the stare down with the rest of the members of Rat.
Yeah, and in that situation, you know, we've always seen Furitaser take stasis, and that stasis might have actually brought him enough time to survive, but he actually had the hover wings in that scenario, so it made it really awkward for him to stay alive, and, you know, oh, he just went south from there. 3LP also, TSM, EV, TCB, so many teams again meeting up.
So many teams. I mean, this is what happens. We were getting to the late game, and 11 squads still survive. Going out a lot of the fury, a lot of the damage, missing the taunt from Isa, but the dunk don't miss from who did, showing exactly who they are. Toomey will meet the death too unless they're able to dash away. There's no one there. I thought there'd be a team that would want to intervene. Instead, they're looking up north to see if they can fight in a huge battle that's brewing.
Yep, and I think it was Levi with the dagger at the last second, but I think he did see Toomey for a split second, which is why they actually went outside of Iron Acres, the little fort, you know, that they've now, you know, just kind of cleaning up the welcome mat on, it looks like. And on the top side as well, we're seeing some more fights happening. Toomey finally does die to the hands of, didn't see who it was actually, but Shy looking, massive engage onto Fura, already chunked.
He's already chunked. OC-15 with a nice slam, but the damage not enough. They needed to get the dunk on a Spokane if they wanted to turn that around, so that's why they ride the jet stream. Want to stay safe, but still so many teams. We are seeing a couple players taken as stragglers here and there, but with crowns now in play, anything can happen.
Yeah, but Chronoxus now. The wall just come out with the hook. Nice prediction.
Was able to get that now in the middle, almost saved by the intervening party of 3LP. But Neox does not get the dunk. Nice knife there from Mechty Mech. 2 crowns immediately lost. Well, Thomas Kater's in a terrible position as the 3 little piggies, they are feasting today. And they are eliminating our first team in this big battle at the end, while the Shies already losing. Yes, sir. EV chasing down Hachi's Procane's on the other side, waiting to put down some of the walls.
Oh my God.
The magma, but it's only going to be 1 left. And now Hachi blast down Crouch, needs to make sure they can take down the other members of EV, but Rat are moving up. Mechty Mech is there.
Mechty,
But the 3 little pigs with the Vortex Charm eliminating Rat right before Hachi, and Hachi still surviving as he goes right through the teams. We see the bullet train clack down the track, trying to get the revive for SOS, but guess what? The 3 little pigs are on top of that, fighting with a 1v1 duel, forcing him off the train, and then the crispy baguettes see SOS. They could turn and see if they can eliminate a team as Mana still over the abyss, missing the flux stare out of Minato. Then Hachi overheating, put down the E-blast. They with QTS, they're blasted off of that. We see finally SOS taken down, and then Toomey low, gone out of there, and with Hachi, the last one left for the Shies. We had 3 teams eliminated so quickly.
It's almost like watching a Dragon Ball Z fighter scene where, they're in their like 10th evolution. You're going to Super Saiyan, like, to the 16th degree. The fight just never stopped so many times that, I glance over with my camera to another team and another full fight is just transpiring, or they're looking to pick up the dregs of another team. Looks like it's finally calmed down now, but wow.
At least for the moment. Got the calm before the ultimate storm, because despite it all, 3 eliminations, 6 teams still remain. That's why the 3 little pigs are playing so aggressively with the chilling finale. I'd be able to lock him in place even with the Tetra form. It wasn't enough to actually stop the stun from coming in from Mr. Ice-T. The 3LP, they ride the Zephyr into victory, taking down 1 more EV player, leaving only Levi to try to escape through Ion Acres, but that's already being held by 2 teams. Miss 200 and the Crispy Baguettes are already in the fortress as they try to jump over their heads, getting a little bit of damage. Here's the Tong crash right into the back line of the Crispy Baguettes. Minato, first casualty, 3LP.
Oh my God.
Slam to eliminate TCB.
Like Kausk's engaged there, along with Kask with the reinforcements was super duper clean there. They just forced him into that corridor. The only thing they could have maybe done on top of that was a Dreadstar, but they probably didn't even need it. They already did the calculations already. Human calculators, it looks like, everything's, super efficient in this scenario. 3LP trying to, apply pressure onto MST to see how this one's going to transpire. Dreadstar finally used.
Looking for the stun, getting a lot of damage. It has been able to get the stun on the 1, but Aiden was able to snap back with the rest of the team, and now they got the change coming in from Kausk. Another Tong chasing
my
God! B-Bomb blows up the piggies! They're done, baby! No volcanic crusher! You're crushed under the baseball bat of Bebo!
And I'm sure after that game, MST are going to get like a sponsor from Dyson, because being able to pick up 3 people like that consistently is just absolute cinema. It's an absolute art form to see. You got to give him credit for that one.
Yeah, hoovering them all up. I got where you're going on that
exactly.
one. Absolutely gorgeous from Kask, winning that one single-handedly. And now with a team down, we have 4 remaining. Levi, we already said, was the only one left before. Riding the bullet train, they have to quickly get back into position, make sure they can fight, but they are going to be bruised.
Yeah, this is looking very, very difficult. MST, they're already salivating. Look at these low health HP bars. This is an extra couple of kill points here, and Crouch might be the first one to die here. It looks like it's the ult. Can't even ult out in time. Just 2 members left again. And, they may be looking to drop a what's it called? A thingy. Oh, a Kask is sending it in.
Oh, no. Not again. Nice chilling finale, though, from Mr. Ice-T, but unfortunately, they have to use all these cooldowns just to survive the initial onslaught. With TSM there as well. Mr. Ice-T on the ice platform, trying to make sure that they can keep EV's hopes alive. They have been able to get around for some time, but it's going to be dicey for them with no health and no armor. Blink barely missing the Dragon Slam.
Yep, and he does take the train at the last moment. Can TSM or MST catch on to this one? And luckily they don't. That's going to give them another opportunity to get a res off. But there's the zone is so damaging.
They're so far. Yeah, exactly. It's like you get it, but at what cost? It means your own life. Levi, the golden child for EV by the heart. We saw that the storm is going to slowly shift us back over. Nice predict attempt by Blink, but it all doesn't matter here for Levi because too many players were on their position. So another team to meet the bench as Miss 200 try to engage aggressively onto Sun, but Sun momentarily avoided. DSM now in position, grabbing the squid, connected. With a Volcanic Crusher and a Rock Blast put down, it's just going to be TSM try to reposition.
Yep, and there is obviously a free bonfire in the Abyss up for grabs, so maybe if someone wants to grab that one, we are looking at a, what's it called, a pad being placed prematurely by TSM, maybe, you know, looking to pounce onto Cooper or something along those lines. We need to see how that one continues to evolve as we look at Sun as well in a similar predicament. They've also dropped the pad as well, going to the north side, but MST are looking to collapse on this one. Mumu!
Volcanic Crusher barely missing. And then the pull, the dunk does not miss because it doesn't need to land. They just needed to get the kill, but they are on the tracks. From the X is on the southern part. There's a bunny up north. Fuzu could engage and help out while Miss 200 are looking to see if they can go rabbit hunting the train. Gonna go right on by. Damage with the napalm. Gonna force back TSM. While Fuzu, Dragon Slam, eaten up. And now the bunny running past them. They actually go for the fight instead of on the bunny. They look for TSM, the juicier of the two targets. Up in the air, trying to use the 6 Monkey Strike to get away with the Tetraform, giving a little bit of a platform over to TSM. Miss go back onto their own E-plat. And now with the bunny already down south, the bunny getting the kill, but the bunny out in the storm is taken down. Actually, not the bunny, it was Neox. I didn't even realize that the bunny had gotten the revive onto Kingpin.
Yep, and there is a crown pickup, 1 minute 20, but MST are going to be gatekeeping TSM. They need to get the armor repairs in really fast, which they are doing. Blink is getting those repairs in on the top side. E-plat dropped.
Sorry, I'm just looking at this poor bunny. With a minute and 10 left, that's not looking good. I was really hoping for you, Fuzu, but there's so little you can do with no platforms, no way out of there. We are in to the final 2 spirits.
Nuke has already dropped, and the fan has also dropped as well. Looks like TSM are, considering a variety of options to try and get an engage in. E-Plat's already dropped now by Luca on the south side, while TSM are on the train track. Second nuke drop now, and the R&B is now sent in by Blink. Hook attempt, gets the connection.
Put down to give him a platform back into the fight as it was separated. Luca was the first casualty. Now looking for the Dragon Slam out of Blink, but not onto the train track. Doesn't actually lock him down. Miss 200 were able to avoid it for now. 2v3. DSM down their own Tetra, while Miss 200 in a powerful position. They own the circle. They own the tracks. A revive does work out. They bring him back in with a nuke. Now the 6 Monkey Strike as they try to spin dash and try to spin to win. Looking for the dump from Calcinator to take down another immediately. DSM, he might have brought back up Luca, but they have already lost one player, and Blink not able to get the dunk while Grace tries to go in. Luca's got so much damage with the Tetraform, sending out the Magma Ball, getting some damage on Kuba, but he's trying to use the walls to keep himself protected. Does he have the Volcanic Crusher? Well, Blink had no health. Back with the Dragon Slam, and finally the stack from the Arcade Real can take them down. Wildcats wins it again for Miss 200.
Yeah, it feels like the curse has finally been broken now for some teams in respect to, at least winning 2 games in 1 scrim block. I feel like a couple of scrims we've had in the past couple of blocks has been, one individual team winning, each of the 6 games. So finally breaking the curse, it feels like MST.
I also think they've broken the curse of Bebo disrespect.
Yeah,
the
man.
second time Bebo has won today. Just today, and we've only seen Cask and now Ezeb playing said Bebo. So I gotta say, EU, maybe it's time to pick up our boy.
100%. Alrighty.
Also, Twin, how you feeling today? Are you feeling hungover? He was saying he was feeling he was gonna get drunk last night. So I'm like, how hungover is he? Go Pensado. What up? Whew. Game 5. Already done 4 games. Damn.
Yeah, it's been quite fast today.
It has. Also, so Mist has won twice.
Yeah.
Select your hunter.
TSM's won once. Who was the other team that won?
It's Rats that won game 2.
Rat.
Good.
Yep.
That's what it was. So in
You
3 of
are
our
the
4
drop
games,
leader.
it was Mist and TSM as the final 2.
Yeah.
Like, these 2 teams have been dominating today. And Twin, praise B, get B-Bonk the hidden goat. Agreed. I was talking to the players. I'm like, play Bebo. The disrespect. Like, me and B-Bonk were playing last night, and we were talking about this. And we're saying how EU needs to play more Bebo because it's great at denying dunks. And it's looking really good right now. Here, hold on. I want to see something with my wife.
100%, 100%. Thanks, Pisces, for the follow as well, and Sauloth242. Appreciate you guys. Sub Pensato as well. Are you going to set up another tournament? Is the question, Pensato. It's been a while, man. Oh, great stuff, A1 as well. I'm glad to hear it. Alrighty, let's have a quick look at this circle. Armors on Dawn Caps, and the drop circle, you know, is potentially favouring it, you know, with shards being predominantly in that top kind of half of the circle. So we may see a lot of teams dropping there. We're seeing 4 teams. It's got to be a day 1 boss somewhere close on Wellsprings. Look at that, man. That's insane. There's so many people already hovering over the Sky Sharks. You know, 3LP get first dibs, it looks like. Same with Toomey and Ezib. So all cars have now been taken. Oh my god, this is insanity. They're all making their way to the south side for that standard kind of farm pattern, you know, as we've seen so many times before, grabbing that money from Coldfang. And, you know, all the teams are, you know, rapidly dispersing afterwards. L3M have got level 2s as well. Looks like Shy did not fare too well in that exchange. You know, they're going to have to go towards mana coils. Slightly unconventional for them, but not too bad. Welcome back, dude, as well.
We keep seeing... Yeah, sorry, I was just talking to my wife.
No worries, no worries.
And we constantly keep seeing our teams grab these Sky Sharks looking for Coldfang, and it's the same 2 crispy baguettes and the 3 little pigs. So this time, let's see how TCB do and fare. They are still a little bit behind the curve as 3 little pigs are looking like they are ahead, farming up a little bit more effectively, scaring them off of some of the gold. Yeah, see this continual chase on to the bunny, making sure that it's not going to be too easy for them to get any of that gold.
Yep, and it feels like there's been so many scrappy fights. This time it's TSM and Shy. Oh my god, Hatchon super low HP. Doesn't fare too well. Already dead. And we already see Meep. Oh, misses the dunk narrowly. Sprokin still level 1. This is really, really awkward for Shy. Yasa, oh, narrowly avoids getting hooked as well. And Blink is looking to seal the deal potentially. Hopefully he doesn't get spiked. Yasa narrowly makes it avoid it. Can he get this on the ground? Oh, he's also down now. Oh, and a nice little pick up at the last second from Sprokane with the dash as well. Looks like he's going to be able to bring Hatchy back, but it's an extreme poverty dire situation for Shy at the moment.
Yeah, seeing a lot of our teams going to be faring pretty poorly going into this one in that poverty run on where they can really move around. Gotta look at where everything is and how it's all looking. But right now, I'm trying to get my bearings back on the game since I was talking to my wife.
Yeah, no worries,
really,
dude.
even if there's all this early fighting, it's not like a lot of it. It's kind of like the typical fighting where it's like you got the early little scraps, but teams are able to get out. They go heal up. The only team that's really been struggling with that has been this one right here. TCB, they've constantly been chased so often and really have been struggling against 3LP that you'd think eventually they try to go for a different start because 3LP has beaten them every time in Coldfang.
Yeah, exactly. And we're looking at a big armor disparity as well on the top side. Sun and EV, as I was saying at the start of the game, you know that those armors were there. Sun have picked up all 3. In fact, you know, there's potentially 2 or 3 left, maybe if they get some high rolls. But I don't think they're going to need them. It looks like they're doing relatively well in this exchange so far. All things considered, you know, there's a bit of a relic disparity, I guess. But the armors, Mumu, oh, Ice is already downed. Damn.
Take this
Yeah,
seriously.
Mumu's gonna be down. Also, Pensato, I know how it is with school and work. It ges rough, especially like trying to do that and game at the same time. Like, trust me, with work and also trying to cast and game, doesn't always end up working out so well. We try our best. We try to do what we can.
It's an extremely hard balance to kind of to do, especially, you know, with how much of a time commitment these games can be. You're also looking at AUR and L3M with a potential engagement. Nice R&B from Teldo, knocks Chronoxus down, I think it was, and the Fluffy and Greninja on the bottom side. Teldo keeps sending this R&B flurries towards L3M, and that's probably going to, you know, batter them down enough. One is already downed.
Taking the first victim and looking for their second with the Rock Blast, making sure there's no escape for Ashikata. Chronoxus is going to have to recall back to the base camp in Chaos Steps, but out in the desert, TSM, 3 little pigs, and maybe Toomey to intervene, say, all right, do I escort anybody out of here, or do I let them fall? It seems like he's going to try to crash onto three little pigs and a TSM, getting a lot of damage onto Little Meep. But not actually picking up any kills just yet. It's going to be Rat, and we have to watch as they fight against the sun out in the storm.
Yep, and just on the right-hand side as well, we're seeing SOS and MST. Oh, the hook does connect onto high ground. Oh, this spells massive danger. Nice stun, chain stun. In fact, Cask is already down. Cask looking to get the hell out of town if possible. Quickly sends a nice arcane railgun for an extra bit of damage, but he's now the last member alive. Looks like it's going to be toast. We know that Ghost is not typically that mobile. Nice little spike grenade at the end, but that does seal the deal. MST are out last place.
Our 2-time winners. First team eliminated in Game 5. This is why we love EU, because anything can happen.
Yep, and look at this concentration of powerful items on the south side. On Manacor, we've got the respawn beacon and the which power is it again? I just glanced over it and then I forgot instantly afterwards. It is brilliant in this scenario. 3LP have first dibs over it, of course. Looks like there's another little scrappy fight happening between L3M and TCB. Are they both a 2-man team? No, they are 3 versus 2 potential. No, never mind. It looks like Zenitrax has come back now on the Sky Shark. TCB are looking to, you know, jump ship now at the last moment.
Yeah, they kind of need to get out of there. I'm talking about poverty runs right now. Toomey only level 3. Gray armors. I didn't see any relics. I doubt they even have enough for grips and kicks at this point. That's just how far they are behind. But team that's not far behind, Sun. They have gotten themselves in a great position in this game. Chasing the shines in separate directions. Hachi, the weaker of the two, the easier one to try to follow up as he tried to heal back up. They send out the salvo. Nice blast off away from Hachi. Has been able to go right past Sun back over to his team.
Very, very nice stabilization. It's quite a risky proposition there, but, you know, you played for that level 7, actually got the full heal reset as well, and managed to ult out and gets away pretty much unscathed, unless Sun managed to catch him now. Oh, hopefully he doesn't get spiked in this scenario. The combat misses narrowly by Mumu. Maybe slightly mistimed, you could argue as well, but it looks like he has made it out. And on Iron Acres, a potential another fight is transpiring here. Oh my god!
What a second wind! Destroying Adamar. Rat still got cookies. They still got Meki Mech. Both of them should be able to make it out pretty easily, but it's going to be difficult. We're in this kind of like rough early to mid game still with so many squads left. Trying to find their foothold, trying to get these relics built up, or even just get armor, because we look at some of the teams like right here, Meki Mech only with the 1 relic, not the best position to be in early on. Green armor, no gold either.
Exactly,
so
it's the money, man, yeah. Oh, and Yasa sends out a massive fuse load onto Greninja on super low HP and healed as well. Nice slime comes out the last second. Looks like Yasa is also going to be toast. Actually gets a nice punch up the last second, but he is going to be, I think, Spurkin has actually made it out, so there are 2 members still alive. Nice dunk down. Looks like Hachi might be toast in a very short period of time as well, unless he manages to get enough evasive maneuvers out there. Oh, maybe makes it out of this one, but Fluffy is hot on the heels. Oh, and that does seal the deal, in fact. 11th place for Shy.
Wow. Another early exit for one of our top teams. Big surprises we have going into Game 5. I think we're only, into Night 2 as well? So very early still into the game.
This has been
teams get eliminated.
Yeah, it's been so scrappy, and a nice dunk there at the last second. So Chronoxus is already down. TSM maybe looking to continue their pounce on L3M, but there is a res beacon very, very close by, which Ashikata has already stepped on. Let's see if Zenitrax can kind of gatekeep or TSM away from this beacon long enough. Looks like they're not even interested in it for the moment. Maybe looking to grab some armor upgrades because they're not looking too healthy in respect to armors. Waiting for that the Prisma Collector to kind of finally finish its sequence, get some armors and money in. Nice, they do get a nice green armor there. Nice upgrade for them.
So get at least something. Their relics were looking really good, so they're at least powerful that way. But Rat over in this fight with broken armor onto Meki Mech. A fight back on to Three Little Pig, trying to get the Flame Shield in the back line with a huge blast from the Tetra form. Now it's who has to try to get away, but the Dragon Slam hits all three of the Three Little Pigs as they sit down with the Volcanic Crusher. Not enough to save the lives of the piggies who fall to the might of the rat.
And just look how many scrappy fights there are. Look at how TCB are positioned. They've got like this weird triangle formation around Sun and EV, it looks like. But nothing's going to transpire for the moment. I think each team member is trying to get some buys in if possible. As we see, yeah, that is happening now. That's, you know, finally good for them. And it looks like a soul pickup for QTS as well, if I'm not mistaken. So they're looking really, really healthy this time. Blue armors as well. Stasis primer for Furo. He's gone back to the stasis instead of the air blast or the hover wings. And it looks like TSM have found another pick, this time onto AUR.
It's kind of funny because we were talking about the differences between, you know, the defensive tools or the aggressive tools. I feel like, as kind of mentioned yesterday, right, Smeary?
Yeah, exactly,
it really is dependent on how the games are going. So when teams are ahead, obviously they're going to feel like they need to be more aggressive. They need to take more of the things that are going to do a lot to get them in the fights. But when you are behind, stasises are going to be big. Air blasters have more value. And for these teams, it's really about deciding at that moment which one you need in order to either thrive or just survive.
Yep. Oh, and Adamark is potentially being collapsed on by Sun. We're seeing both of them, well, now one of them in the silent state. They all managed to back without, you know, being completely harmed there. But it could have looked sour if they did capitalize on that silent state. But, you know, it only lasts for, I think, 5 seconds. So it's not too long. TSM do have first dibs on this soul as well. Probably going to grab this one for free. And then we see a load of little cooks, I'm pretty sure, there as well. That's why there's a load of potions on the left-hand side. And potentially from the... No, it wasn't...
So funny to see.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wait, what? Did they just pick them up and drop them, maybe?
That could be the case. Yeah, or it's there's a soul as well that used to drop it as well. But it doesn't drop... I think it used to drop pots at one point. I don't know if it still does that.
It's got to have been a little cook then. It's got to...
Yeah.
Because that would be the only thing that would make sense for that amount and all that stuff that we saw. Well, Cookies is going to be... tackled by SOS. One of our teams that we've got to see here and there. Mech with a nice respawn beacon already placed down. The Rat, another chance, but without the armor, he's going to be far more weakened in this one as Mana Coils is the next place for battle. A nice slam back onto Mana, but the pull as a blast off goes wide from Choipy. A good E-plat from OC will keep him alive, sending SOS over the abyss to survive.
Yep, and just below that L3M, oh, nice Vortex Charm. We've seen Furo doing it a couple of times this game. You know, once not, I think in this game, in fact, should I say the Scrim block, he's been doing quite well on the Zeph. And as this exchange continues, QTS are in a little bit of a predicament, less space to play in. But L3M, you know, are juggling their priorities well. Fuselaw has popped basically no value because the fan kind of messed things up. Furo dashes to the left-hand side, and the ult is now popped by OC. Not much value acquired, and
right
QTS.
Now, QTS, they put down these fans, and it seems to be their own doom that they are meeting with them because it kept moving them around and out of position, giving those Trois Musketeers a better fight against them. While we see another one of our top teams eliminated, the Crispy Baguettes delete TSM while SOS fight against Sun on the outskirts. QTS noticing this as well. Uzu might be able to dash away. Good E-plat, perfectly placed so Dragon Slam doesn't take him down, but QTS still on the hunt for the Sun as they want to walk on the Sun and take down Uzu.
Yeah, meanwhile, another fight's been transpiring. EV and TCB, as you mentioned in the kill feed, we see so many deaths happening, and now Minato is, you know, just fending himself off on this small mini island, while the rest of the members are, you know, chilling on the bottom and left-hand side. Cookie's last member alive, trying to find some sort of res opportunity. There are 2 crowns on the left-hand side, not too far walking distance for him. Another res being popped on the right side. Looks like a big fight transpiring between SOS and QTS.
A lot of damage as they're trying to separate with a nice slam back. It's going to be the turn on to SOS as SOS get pushed back, but a nice blast off gets them onto the other side. Trying to revive their Bishop, couldn't get it. And guess what? Aurora, they've heard the battle. Another dunk comes in from Fighter Pro as he leashes the barrage, but then the Dragon Slam combo with Fluffy Fish on the other side. Pull will drag Fluffy Fish all the way back into enemy territory. Long way, but then the blast back with a punch actually takes Fluffy Fish back to the rest of the team.
Yeah, and one thing I have to say as well, I kind of I did see it, but didn't get the chance to mention it. There was a nice air blast usage to kind of deflect some skill shots. I think from one member of QTS. I think it was Choi. It was one of the members. I can't remember, but it was in the abyss. It was. I just want to call that out because it's definitely one of those kind of unconventional or undocumented uses of air blast, especially. Well, we don't know if it's a feature or a bug or not yet, but you know, it's being used
I mean,
for sure.
It used to be a feature on Air Blast, so I'd imagine it's probably just a carryover from when it was powerful.
Yeah, that could be the case. Crown pickup as well.
The same coding. It was how it was. Here's that crown, 4 cookies. You gotta watch that Tetra and see if they can pull off a miracle play while SOS sent through the rings away from the Trois Musketeers, who will hold the outskirts of Mana Coils, and outside of Chaos Steps, QTS, and a couple of our other teams are centering around Rat. They're really looking for that crown play.
Yep, and just looking in the middle of the circle, you know, so much Abyss. So if Cookies does have an E-plat and he can maybe bait someone into the Abyss. Oh, never mind. He's going for a full solid in-fight onto Mana. Super low HP. Theo's been rest though. Sends out the Slug Wave. TCB is now, you know, coming looking for some... Oh, quick meal. The dunk.
Oh, the dunk from Spider Brawl onto Cookies. Barely lands it. Now a nuke will send him off as the Crispy Baguettes are far from the fight. Frozen platform laid down. As Fluffy Fish will be taken down by Minato, but Crispy Baguettes are separated. They're not all together. Another dunk, but this time it's going to be onto Spider Brawl. A lot of teams losing a player here or there. Minato getting away from SOS, trying to get back to the other players of TCB, while EV
Storm closing.
know where QTS are, and they don't want to get engaged from the north.
Yep, and these games just feel like if you're good at managing chaos, you're going to survive. I know that 3OP are typically the ones that can incite the chaos and then, you know, actually thrive inside of it. Unfortunately, they've already been outed early, so, you know, we're just seeing the rest of the teams kind of create their own, you know, individual style of chaos easier now, you know, with the ice platforms to provide a bit of solid ground amidst, you know, the kind of sandwich between about 3 or 4 teams. It's like a 4-dimensional sandwich. I'm not sure how the fittings are going to be, you know, placed in this situation. And Greninja's now looking to apply a bit of pressure with an E-plat onto Minato. But I think he's going to survive in that situation on the train tracks now.
On the tracks, have that little bit of land right behind them as well. They're going to be fine. They even have a Dread Start just in case teams want to get onto their position. 6 teams still left, and looking at how everyone's placed down. EV on the backside with a good flank onto QTS, but QTS looking at what's ahead of them. Aurora trying to contest against the Baguettes over the train track. They've separated TCB for now. Frozen platform from EZIB. No Dragon Slam from Tel, though, but instead, with low health, they know that TCB is vulnerable. EZIB going to be the first one taken down, but the other fight having on the other side is going to be EV versus QTS. Whether they're going to be able to on the one. They're trying to get the push back with the second win. Lots of damage on his Zeph. Blast up, landing. Zeph in trouble. Chased down in the Chaos Steps as they're trying to blast him back, but he's getting right into the thick of the fight against Crush. Needs one more auto, but missing it. Levi instead sends himself
no
into
mana.
The battle. QTS down to 1 player. While we see another fight in the south side. Respawn Beacon was attempted by the 12 Musketeers. As it was not going to give it to them. Actually, they were able to get it off just in the nick of time. Look for the damage back on the man, but Bananas to push him back into the storm. Low health. They lose 1 to the storm, and now Ashikata trying to defend Chronoxia so they can get away from the fight, but Ashikata chased down by SOS and over the abyss as an easy target for Spider Brawl.
Yeah, we are seeing the res attempt, which should hopefully be successful unless SOS looks to collapse on this. Maybe they heard it, but they decided they can't go do anything against it because they probably just need to play their own game, play for their own new cycle as it's collapsing in. Kind of 75% abyss in this scenario. Only the train tracks providing really some solid ground here. Nuke already dropped now. 2 nukes, in fact. Wow, they really wanted to slap it on. OC has already picked up a crown. 1 minute left. Drops the pad as well. Goes down to the left-hand side. Maybe going to be met by EV on the left-hand side. We've seen the last remnants of L3M trying to, you know, survive this one. So much pressure being applied. Ooh!
OC15 right in the middle of it with both Musketeers. It's going to be a dunk that's secured by Spider Brawl, and now with the 6 Monkey Strike, looking to strike back on the TCB. Got 45 seconds for OC. Now that Teldo's there, it's Monkey C, Monkey Do. Which one will be able to find the fight as they were waiting for that crown? Aurora, they get the respawn right outside of the circle, but they are hunting down this lone monkey. OC15 has land to work with, but Spider Brawl isn't making it any easier for him with all these scan grenades to be able to spot him out. But OC doesn't go for the flick on Amanda. Instead, trying to see if he can get away with the 6 Monkey Strike, avoiding all the attention. But they know or do they? There's the slam to take out QTS. Then the fight up in the north as Aurora that pushed back onto the Crispy Baguettes. It's just EZIB left with EV trying to help out to take down Baguettes. They crack them in half and then fight on the track. But they are in trouble because now SOS, they've heard their own call. They want the battle. They got everything they need to with the sending out of EV into different directions, but not enough damage. Slam onto the base camp with a push onto Crouch. He's got no health on 1 shotgun blast from Theo. Will take out the kill onto him. Well, they look for a slam on the Ice-T, but he was able to escape back with Levi.
Yep, and looking a bit difficult for EV to come back from this one, but we've seen, crazier things happen. Oh, look at that EMP catching out, destroying the armor of Theo there. But he's going to be able to repair, at least 3 stacks of it, 4 stacks now, so it's pretty much repaired. But very nice exchange there. And there you are. Oh, the squid disconnect.
Trying to get the fight. Fluffy Fish out of there, though. Looking for the slam onto Levi. They've already used the monkey strike, and here comes the train! Peldo was taken down, not paying attention to that one, as they are back onto the train themselves, trying to get the revive in the nick of time. They're going to be able to have the fight back into the storm. But SOS with the Gravity Squid, Slug Wave combo, skate away, the follow-up from Kingpin, but he's pushed away by the frozen barricade. As SOS back onto the respawn beacon, not letting Levi revive the team. Cannonball blast off into Levi, the punch into the storm as he tries to dash back, but the alley-oop scoop from Spider Brawl with his own slam and leaving Ice-T, the last one, another chilling finale, but no lockdown. Instead, Spider Brawl waiting for another Dragon Slam into the pull combo to eliminate EV.
Yep, and there is an E-Plat dropped. There's no potential for crown. There's not even any crown in the circle. What is Matt trying to do there? Oh, it does dunk at the last second. The dunk is never returned. I'm not even sure what Fluffy could do in this scenario. He's run out of a majority of his utility. Oh, he has an E-Plat, but can he survive any more of the damage coming his way? Never mind, SOS. Take game number 5.
What a chaotic game there. And it's kind of wild that we had a circle that's in the middle of the map.
Yeah.
Mostly Abyss.
Exactly. I think one of the things I'm starting to realize is, the last 2 or 3 games have kind of solidified my opinion on this. There's, a kind of analogy you could use, like, if you're in the gym, you're trying to get a combat rep in, but, perhaps pre 1.0, you would do a full extension and contraction, and everything about your form would be correct. But right now in 1.0, it feels like you're doing combat reps, but everything's just, okay, I'm doing a half contraction and a full extension, but my form was really bad. I twisted my arm. It feels like, these combat reps aren't necessarily the healthiest or the most engaging in all of the time. It just feels like we're just getting them in as fast as we can. And I feel like the quality has dropped in some scenarios. Hopefully they can, make some different, adjustments to that.
And I wonder if that has a lot to do with, like, the dunk meta that we're in right now.
Yeah.
That's really what's kind of gotten us into this one. I'm very much hoping that when we get to the next patch, that there's going to be a lot to address that. I think dunks are I always think dunks are a very cool aspect of the game.
Yeah.
And you don't want to gut it too much, right?
100%.
Because it is something that will differentiate it a lot. But if you're going to have so much Abyss, and you're going to have a lot of hunters that have a dunk in their kit while others don't,
select your hunter.
You need to make sure that you're balancing
Another
around
mission.
that in mind, so that, like, you're not making them feel underpowered, but you're not making the other ones feel like they're bad because they lack that same dunk.
Yeah, exactly. And I do think the dunks and the Abyss contribute to it, but I don't know, there's just something else. Obviously, the Sky Shocks might be, it's an amalgamation of different issues, right? That's what's kind of making these kind of engagements. As I mentioned, it's not a full, contraction and extension. It's just, everything just feels really messy. It's almost like you're having your own little, fencing fight, and then someone comes out with a knife and just stabs you from behind. It's like, whoa, we're just having our own little one-on-one. And I understand that third parties are a kind of big component of battle royales, but it's just the exchange feels really, really messy.
That was also true on the open beta. The only difference was that teams got used to a meta and how to approach a lot of the fights. I feel like with a lot of the changes, both to the map, but also to relics and that kind of stuff, a lot of teams, it's not that they lost that meta sense, but it's a new meta that needs to develop. And this always happens when new metas are developing. The initial parts are going to be the messiest. As people get more used to how to build their comps, how to play around the macro, where they can position a little bit more. That's why I actually think it's far more the dunks than anything else.
Yeah.
Dunk meta just makes it so it's so scrappy that it's hard for that meta to form, at least like in more of a cohesive way.
Yeah.
As nerfs come into dunks, as players get more used to the openness of the map, Scar Sharks get touched a little bit, we'll see that it goes back to how it was before.
Yeah. It's kind of one of the situations, like, they've just got to keep refining the game state. They're going to hopefully chip away at it bit by bit, address each of these concerns that we deem or that we think are like kind of harmful to the games, the state of the game as it currently looks like in the top level. EV and EU are already having a little mini exchange. Greninja already on half HP. Levi basically unscathed, already found dead. Insane.
Wow, what a play right out the gate. And a good pickup, and now Fluffy Fish on the run. Aurora gonna be struggling right away. Shards of Fate was not their fate. They are now having to get away, but our two teams.
Oh man.
DCB, how many times do we got to teach you this lesson, old man? You keep trying to fight against 3LP at Cold Fang Keep, and it just hasn't been working. I don't know what you think is gonna happen now.
Just like I don't know, they just want to go there every time. They've been magnetized towards it. We're already seeing as well Yasser with a nice armor pickup. Rat Cookies this time on the shit I'm about to say the shit. The shit in this scenario. Armor pickups are looking really healthy enough for Rat if they can grab them in time. Looks like Meki didn't get it in time. He's actually taking Wukong. Game 6. Ooh.
Yeah, and now has the Dragon Slam onto Hachi. You're trying to play aggressive onto the one goldless player, but just because you're playing onto the Wukong doesn't really help you out because you got to deal with Adamark and you got to deal with Cookies. Look at that damage because Cookies not playing Tetra this time around. Dragon Slam was able to get the stun, lock him down as Shy. Have to take an anomaly, try to escape, but it's going to be Hachi who has to sacrifice their life to the rats.
Some flick on the downside as well. So much chaos happening. It's and he's now in the car with Shrooms, right behind him. Oh, his fuel's about to run out though, so he's gonna have to jump ship pretty literally. And now we're also seeing the circle pull down to the south side as well. On the top right hand side, we'll flick back real quick and see how this one's evolving. Hachi's looking to back onto some member on the south side, and they're just below AUR now.
AUR were getting themselves out of Shards of Fate. Remember, they did lose that fight earlier.
Yeah.
So kind of having to find a greener pasture somewhere out on the breach. And it does seem that now it's gone into the territory of Rat, who had struggled, not Rat, of the Shy, who did struggle earlier up against the Rats. But even speaking of the Shy, is still struggling to get fully away from the Rats. While Ezeb has been just never leaving. He is level 2, and now he's getting wailed. Aiden, come on, be nice. You got to tip your Uber driver. Don't do this. This is not what we mean by tipping your Uber driver.
An enemy Oracle is scanning.
It's literally like watching like one of those dash cams where you just have like a drunk passenger start violently attacking the driver. Oh my god! It's the Minata's now the last member for TCB. Oh, unfortunately they are out last place. As you mentioned not too long ago, they keep trying this exchange on Cold Fang and they keep losing it. But I like the adamant nature of TCB.
I like Minato's response in chat. It's like they're inting every game, but they're having fun. And ultimately, that is one of the biggest things about Supervive. As long as you're having fun with it, you're enjoying the games. Ultimately, everything else is just secondary. Yeah,
exactly. And Hachi is died amongst some exchange that we did not manage to catch. And now he's being rezzed by Spro, actually taking the Oath surprisingly. We saw him on Oath really long time ago for like THK back in the days, and then that was another big exchange. Looks like to try and force them off the outpost to try and get some relic buys. Greninja's already down though, and now it is Fluffy and Teldo.
Did you see that damage? Destroying Aurora, and now with only Teldo remaining. Tries to go for the Dragon Slam. He's overheating, but the Dragon Slam is a lot stronger from Meki Mek.
Surgical precision from there. I really like the engagement. Everything about that engagement was super duper clean. The kind of philosophy towards kind of pushing them off at the start, and then saying, we're actually doing well in this fight. Let's continue chasing them and getting a couple more kills. And then, in fact, let's get a team wipe.
Yeah, just disgusting right there. And seeing a team actually play Shrike. We haven't seen very much Shrike today. I think there's also a Saros being played here in our final game. So players really experimenting in the last scrim of the weekend. Yep,
and we've seen Beacon, Rewind, and Infinity on the cards. And if I flick up onto the train tracks, it looks like TSM have their mini fight against a Rat as well now. Meki Mek manages to yoink the car at the last second. Oh, but the hook does connect. This could spell danger.
They have the alley-oop, they have the double dunks on both sides, but nobody has died just yet. Adamark was able to survive and get back with the rest of the team. All members of each side healing back up in the train. Not going to claim another victory.
Yep, and Shy rotated all the way down to the south side. Hachi with the kind of really weird mismatch of items. 3 up here looking to heavily chase this one. Shroom with the kind of same items as Fura. I'm not really sure who's originating with this build, but yeah, he's got the Stasis and Primer. Hachi on super HP. Squid doesn't connect. The ulti does narrowly 1 HP. He's in. Oh, and Burner State's down.
The rest of the team didn't even want to bother to try to help out because respawn beacons are there. They can go north if they need to into Wellsprings. Might as well just try to loot up a little bit in Catacombs, see if the Bolt is unclaimed or if you can go buy some grips, some relics nearby later on. Because as 2 teams have already been taken out, Crispy Baguettes and Aurora, We have 10 still remaining, and look at this circle. We talked about how the last circle was inside of a lot of the breach, yet somehow over Abyss. This one, a lot more just over the Abyss at the outer edges.
Oh my god, yeah, you're totally correct. Oh, the hook narrowly misses by Meat. There's a load of chonkers as well in MST's territory, so if they can play on the inside these walls, they're going to be really nice as well. Cooper obviously has a mega benefit with these spike grenades. Kalsk now looking to send it in, gets the nice little anti-heal, but at the last second decides to dip. Looks like they've had their own little mini exchange. You know, they've got a couple of cuts and bruises, but everyone's relatively healthy amongst that little mini exchange. On the top side as well, we're looking at QTS Mumu trying to get stun onto Choipi, narrowly misses it. Takes the Sky Shock down to the south side, along with Furitiza and Shy. Yasa managed to maintain the armor as well, but all members are back up.
That's kind of what I was talking about, that angle that the Shines had. If they needed to get out of Catacombs, they could go up to Wellsprings, but unfortunately for them, Wellspring becoming the hot tourist destination for everybody. Everyone wants to take a dip in one of the geysers because they are all grouped up around that outpost and having little skirmishes of their own. The Shines sends Brocane to scout it out, getting some damage onto Sun, but now that Hachi and Yasur have joined up, they could look for Mumu with the blast off.
Nice.
And then the dunk from Mech. Teams working together to eliminate one player here or there, but Rat now in the thick of it all. EV do get double spike, but not found themselves. Looking for the Dragon Slam, but it's denied. Mech couldn't get it, and then the Shies on the other side on a Rat who've been pushed back. Mech still over the Abyss. Punch into the wall. Tried to see if he can avoid with the 6 Monkey Strike, and then the Dragon Slam to get the lockdown onto Hachi. While the rest of the Shy still getting chased down by Eevee. Mech is alive, but he's got no little gas left. The heat is there. Dragon Slam, but then the mantle perfectly timed from Hachi. Just need to land one more blast, and there it is. Mech finally falling to Hachi.
The evasive moves were nearly perfect. We've already seen some spikes as well. I think Yas is actually holding his own against EV. I think he took down one member. Ice, in fact, crouched, playing in the wind tunnels for the moment. Nearly in burner state for one-on-one auto connects. Now he's he took down two.
No way. Oh my god. And where's the last? I was wondering if he was going to try to chase.
Nah, no way.
EV solo. But now, as you say, we're back over at the Meteor Beast QTS. They lose Troy P and 3 LP. Catacombs and Colt Keep has been their territory all day long.
Oh no.
Whoever enters will find their place in the catacombs buried below.
Yep, and there's no Otter and Super Vibe, we saw a little Zap engagement there. 80 Strafes going crazy, it's like 100 APM, and then, of course, Sudis has to ruin that one little 1v1 happening. At the same time, Fuzu might be getting completely sandwiched here by SOS and TSM, but is he going to get stunned is the case here. It looks like it's not going to be the case. Spider-Ball, in fact, now on super low HP, the hook misses. This might be an opportunity moment for TSM to collapse. In fact, they, just playing the slow game. Wow.
I think, is Fuzu the last player left?
Yeah, I think he is. Yeah, he is. Definitely the last member.
Oh, yeah. So narrowly avoiding elimination there. I thought they might chase for that, especially because I didn't get to see if there's the rainbow effect, but we look over at Mech here. Brought back and facing off against a Hachi again, but that time it wasn't an honorable duel. Kalskinator takes a free dunk.
Yep, and they are instantly revived by Sprokane, so they got another chance at winning. And on the south side, as that boss zone is now, kind of expanding through up here, running out of territory to play in, they found L3M, and now they're going to have to potentially rotate around. I think they wanted to fight them if possible. Aiden's getting a massive amount of damage on that Wukong. Relatively fresh pickup for him. I've not really seen him pick it, although at the same time, I've not really seen him, play any games in, the last couple of days. So maybe it is something that he's been practicing. We're looking at the E-Plats being dropped. The bonfire as well. Chronoctrus took a bit of damage from that bonfire as well. Oh, so much damage from who this. The Vortex Trom connects. Chronoctrus is already down. The dunk onto Ashkata. Narrowly missing. He's got a little bit of extra chance to survive now as we look at both members of L3M looking to go their own separate ways.
Udes almost was able to find a nice E-Plat, but unfortunately not enough when 3 players surround your position. So Ashkata gonna be our last one left with Le Trois Mousquetaires de Saros here. For Ashikata going back to what we had seen so many times in the past.
Yep, and I'm pretty sure they know Blink is there, which is why that displacement charge was used. Choipi, Gnarly Boy being stunned, goes down to the north side. There is a kind of slither of space that they can use to get through. Fuzu hopefully doesn't get found. Oh, the nade! He's in trouble now.
Run! Double dash out of there! Card! No! Fuzu!
Oh no, and this is looking really troublesome. Oh, look at it. There's an ammo bit here being used by OC to get the hell out of town. Oh no! He's in the hands of TSM. That's the instantly. He's got the B-kind. Is he going to pop it?
What a tragic position. Right in the middle of the worst spot to go to. So now for Tiza. Wow, that is unlucky. I feel so bad for OC.
Happens, it happens. We were looking at Ashikata as well, playing the super chill game, 30 seconds left. He's definitely going to get that res off, unless EV have something to say about it. I think they've just picked up on the scent. They're looking to get kind of at least scout and see what the situation is in respect to that crown as well. And as we look back onto QTS and MST, it looks like QTS have been forced out the last 2 members, while Theo is there on the top island, maybe gathering in some information for SOS. They've lost mana as well, surprisingly.
Yeah, I feel like looking at how there's 22 players left, broken teams like right here. Oh, come on, Ashikata. 5 seconds. But there's another team. Dragon Slam with a knee plat. He's got 2 seconds. Survive. You just gotta survive, man. Oh, we can. Let's almost get banners are gone.
Oh, man, this is such a downer. And oh, Yas is also dead. It's just back to Sprokane again. And TSM and MST having their own little kerfuffle here on the right side. Nice little dunk at the last second. Oh, on the hook back. This could spell danger. Can he mantle get the dunk? It looks like he's going to be okay in this scenario. Oh, but the ulti dunk returned. Wow. So much damage going each side. Yeah, man.
Oh, sorry. I'm not trying to interrupt you. I thought you were doing a good job, but I'll take over from here.
No worries.
Win and a double slam. Missed down to only Cask.
Yeah, but hopefully he can make his way to the north side. Oh, he's got the little bomb tech for the extra bit of momentum, make his way to the north side. Of course, we're going to see this extreme zone pulls. EV and Rat on the south side, already waiting in that new circle. Nice avalanche play, but the ulti, the chilling finale, kind of buying so much space. The E-Plus are coming, being placed so rapidly now. Oh, nice little dunk. Does kill Crouch. Does allow Meki to get a nice little reset at the last second. Oh, Cookies finds Ice. Levi finds Adamok at the same time. Levi and Punish Peak gets dunked.
Dong taken down. I thought Levi was about to have the highlight reel, but Monkey King too strong, and they are out of there. So we have our 6 teams remaining, and looking at this final game, how they're positioned, we're back over to TSM and the 3 Little Pigs. Who does put up their own wall and is already pushed away. With now 3 Little Pigs without Tetra. They're going to be reeling out in the desert. Yep,
and we're looking at Fura with the Beacon rewind. So they managed to keep it amidst the chaos, because I know that, obviously OC died with it in his hand. And, now it's in the possession of Fura. OC was trying to, check what's going on down on the south side. Had to ulti and use his R&B, and now has to go back onto the north side, reconsider his options. Are there any shops to buy E-Plats? There is a couple down there, but, that circle is rapidly closing now. Hopefully they got a solution to get out of this one.
I see there's a base camp way down south that Rat have placed out over the abyss. Maybe they can look for that kind of play. Respawn beacon for slap or slam as they look to slam back on Sprokane with 30 seconds left on the clock in the corrupted zone. He is going for the long play, hoping that he can survive long enough while SOS are in an awkward spot. 20 seconds now for Sprokane. Healing up. Rat push back onto SOS. They've already been able to take out 2. They leave only Spider and Brawl as he tries to see if he can dodge away with the 6 Monkey Strike to go invulnerable into the jet stream. Has the rings, and now QTS are there. Rat unable to find the Monkey King. He's still alive. For how much longer? Same with Sprokane. 1 second remaining. He does bring back up the team, but now they've got to fight their way out of it because there's another crown from Aiden. He was looking for the dunk. There's a lot of damage. It's going to be Sprokane. He brought back up the team, but now he is down. Another Dragon Slam onto Hachi's position as he tries to blast back over the abyss with a blast up. Spider Bro chasing. He throws out the Fury and finds the last tick of damage with a burning palm to take down Hachi, leaving only 1 left for the Shies.
That last little projectile sealing the deal, as you mentioned. And we also see Meep with the red key. Hopefully he's going to get some nice sort of perk that might, elevate their strength against, for these last couple of fights, these last couple of teams. Crown pick up by Yasa. 1 minute 10. Oh my god, he's solo 1 HP. Choipy trying to seal the deal. Oh, unfortunately, couldn't. 1 HP.
Oh, he's got to get the last bit of damage. Meki says no. They take him out with the help of Choipy, and then Choipy's taken down by Blink.
Oh no, that's such a big loss for them, and the res opportunities are looking kind of slim unless they can get res. I'm not sure where the box is for that one, and then a lot of pressure's being applied now onto Meki. Just found a call with reload fuel, trying to circle around, on the south side. Spider Ball now also last alive, 2.5k. Can't get a crown. There is an organic one there that he can maybe pick up on the north side. Looking at QTS being potentially forced out by TSM. And now they have to go to the north side themselves for that new circle. Oh, man.
Awkward positions. Cross-country storm. Makes it so difficult. Spider Brawl has the jet stream and the rings. Can ride that up north. Oh, where are you going to go? Cookies. They smell the blood in the water. They might not have a Sky Shark, but they surely are sharks as they're able to take that down. But unfortunately, it wasn't Cookies, so they don't get the crown.
Yep, and we also see OC with the cheese play. Someone can fall for it. It's that 1 in 100 if he does manage to get a surprise dunk onto someone who doesn't have the reaction times or anything of that nature. Also, at the same time, we're seeing a bond placed on the top side by Aiden. Maybe looking to potentially check out this bush. I'm surprised if he does check it or not. We'll see if that's going to be the case. Yes, he does, in fact.
He knew.
Been revealed.
Like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Nothing should be here. This is a desert. No trees should naturally form.
Of course, that is the case. And then there is a crown pickup as well. Is he the last member? He is. Oh, can he get a dunk onto Aiden? Oh, he actually ults himself. Oh, actually pops his own R&B.
Nice. Utilizing
the damage.
Monkey strike
Oh,
with a slam.
man.
Second wind takes the wind right out from OC15. It's almost having the Be Kind Rewind pull there from Little Meep, just mistiming it slightly.
Yep, and we are seeing Meep now with the Beacon Rewind, so that's going to be, an extra bit of spice if he's going to try some, some of those Yui hooks that we've seen. 2 seconds left for that crown. It is going to pop on that E-plat. So that is Adamok back in the game. He's got Air Blaster and Refractor. TSM are looking to apply some pressure. There's one from the north side. 3LP as well.
Looking for the pull, looking for the slam, but it's going to be the slam onto TSM. Little Meep is gone. No more Beacon Rewind. Now they have to see if they can rewind the tape to get themselves into a better fight because they're going to attack Luca in the middle of 2 teams. Second one does not connect onto them, but Luca might have another chance. You've got Krabby, you've got the dunks, but the dunks come in from Meki Mech and crew to make sure they take you down, leaving only Wukong for Blink here on the outskirts of the fight.
Yeah, 2.9k, so, if he does manage to find a bit of money in the box, he can buy a crown. There are no organic crowns still, so E-plats are going to be the main kind of currency, that is going to be valued because there's just so much Abyss as that circle starts to creep across. Rats are now applying a lot of damage onto 3LP, but they are returning it in kind as well. As I mentioned, as E-plats keep dropping, but they're going to be out of it. They're going to be out of them soon, surely. Meki Mech now on super low HP, armor is broken, has to use his ulti to get those iframes to rev extra survivability. Hopefully he can make it out of this one. Oof.
Blink was waiting for anybody to venture into his territory. He's perched upon a tree. Or stay away. I'm looking at, like you said, the crowns. Where are they? There are no natural ones all the way down in the circle that we are going to venture to. This cross country is going to take some time before teams are going to be able to pick that up.
Yeah, exactly.
And it is dicey.
Now, okay, so Blink is playing the ultra slow game. Hopefully there's going to be another bush that he can maybe chill on. Because I think this one seems inconspicuous enough that, no one's actually, tested it like we did see Aiden do not too long ago on OC. Cookie's now chilling in the bush. Could be fine this scenario for now. He's dagger to left hand side, but he's got Blink as well. Who this? He's going to hopefully be able to combo him out. I want to see what's going to happen with that one. We are looking at a potential back as well from the other 2 members of Rat to try and provide some reinforcements as the circle continues to close. He's popped Fusillade now, not taking that much damage. Oh, he just get dunked at the last second. That's going to spoil the death of Cookies. He is out.
But dunk on the other side, so they actually might have to fight because they've got them out in the storm. That's a lot of damage that they just took. They overcommitted. They were looking for Cookies for so long, and nice Dragon Slam was able to get a lot of damage, but they're going to be able to get the 6 monkey strike and try to see if they can get this spin damage onto them. They've got a Dragon Slam. They've taken down one. Who this is good. That's going to be another slam for the Dragon King himself, Aiden, making sure that Rat only have Adamark. He's got to pull up a Miracle Strike, and only so much can happen. This Blink puts him out, but doesn't get the kill. He needed that to bring back the team. Now, as he looks for Shroom, the damage blinked away by the rewind from Shroom, and a minute on the clock for Blink. He needs something, anything. The slam avoided by Aiden. 6 monkey strike again over the Abyss. Blink trying to stay far away in the desert so nobody can chase him too easily, and then he can reset his cooldowns to go for another round. Mega Avalanche is going to root up anybody. Nobody going to get hit by that. Instead, it's going to be the Monkey King himself on the run. He's got no kingdom to go back to. He's been crushed between the volcano and the mountain themselves. As he's got 40 seconds, another chance at the 6 monkey strike up in the air with the Dragon Slam. But guess what? Aiden's got that too, and they've got the second win onto you.
That is the end of that one. That is 3LP taking the last game, game 6 of 6 for our Sunday scrims in EU. What are your thoughts then, over the course of this scrim block then?
I'm in agreement with chat that Wukong does need to get touched, get some nerfs. Shiv too. Tetra, I don't know if I'm as big on nerfing her too much just yet. I think I'd have to see more Tetra after Shiv and Wukong get nerfed.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I think the analogy I said about the combat reps, I'm hoping that they can make that sort of big shift somehow. That's the thing that they really need to attack, because the game state is, it's not looking too positive for the players. The overarching sentiment from the majority of player players, at least in EU, is that the game state is kind of unhealthy for a multitude of reasons that we did speak about. So I'm hoping that they can be addressed, and that we can start to see healthy macro come back to the game, healthy combat reps that don't just seem like everything's bad form. You didn't warm up before. As we spoke about. Hoping it could reach that.
Right. And
like what Space Vulture's saying, I don't know if she's balanced, if Tetra's balanced. I just think that she's not as strong as Shiv and Wukong, right? I think those two
Yeah,
are
yeah.
like the strongest ones. Oath, I was talking with some of the players earlier too. I think Oath is up in that conversation, but Oath is always going to be as one of the only kind of true-ish tanks that we have in the game.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
like he is meant to be that frontline defender. So he's always going to have a place regardless. Like you can he's almost one of those hunters you can pretty much take away most of the numbers for, like damage numbers, and he'll still be useful just because he has his wall, right?
Yeah, 100%. So,
But yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
man.
that's it, Samiri. Another successful day of casting. So, time to host someone.
Yep, who you got in mind this time?
Let's. We did Aiden yesterday. We can't do Aiden again. Let's see, who do we have? How about Luca? Luca Varia?
Yeah, I'm down for, yeah.
Or no, actually, thank you, Chef. Let's do thank you, Chef. I don't think we've done thank you, Chef before.
Sure, could you like DM his name, like for
Yeah.
his Twitch name? Thank you.
Yeah, I'll give you that one right now. Just because we've done Luca before, I don't think we've done. Oh, thank you, Chef. And I just saw that they're streaming at the moment, so
Oh, perfect, dude.
perfect. Let's go give them some love. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. I'll let you do your usual farewells to your stream as well.
Sure. Yeah, that's it. That's it, guys. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. There's going to be the same sort of thing going on next week again, another scrim block, and maybe if if there's any other casters as well as Magical, of course, feel free to join. Just shoot me a message. Go ahead.
I won't be able to join next week
Oh,
because
okay.
I will be at Pokemon Worlds. So
Okay.
next weekend I'm not going to be available, sadly, but I will try to get at least maybe like the Thursday, Friday ones.
Yeah, okay, no worries then. We'll just DM me and we'll try and sort of organize something in the calendar. Same for A1, of course, maybe Relic, of course, anyone else, even Sunaz, if you'd like to do a French cast, it's welcome, dude. Just shoot me a DM. Or, I mean, you could just use the spectator slot. It's not an issue. So, yep, that's it. That's going to be Sim signing out and Magical as well. Peace.
Peace. And I got the raid getting started right now. Let's end the stream. Let's go ahead and raid.
Let's go.